Hi, YouTube. Welcome on in. Hey, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're actively taking care of yourself. Remember, self-care is extremely important. You know, it is extremely important that you take care of yourselves in every way, shape, and or form. With that being said, hey, we're on to episode number 7. And before we go into it, we always have a good number of things to theorize about. And one of those first things is let's talk a little bit about apparently today they voted Rain as President Rain Zawa or something. They even made a meme about it. Here, I'll show you guys. I don't mind showing y'all. Hold on, give me un segundo, por favor. They made a meme about it. So I think you all should take a look at this. You know, they apparently meme this, and this is what Rain sent me as President Rain Sawa there. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about that, right? So as a leader of an organization, not necessarily about Rain. Yeah, right. as, let's talk a little bit about just the president in general, then, or the I guess leader of the group. I guess my question is, what type of abilities and capabilities does the president have, chat? Actually, it gives me a lot of interesting ideas. It's making me wonder a lot more about it. Like, what are the abilities and capabilities that the president or the leader of the group, you know, have? And it's making me wonder more so about the ability to lead, right? What does being a good leader mean? You know, and what type of a leader are they? Are they a transformational leader? Situational? Conditional? Authoritarian? Because all like being a leader, right? Being a specific type of leader does influence anything and everything, right? So for example, transformational leaders are the leaders that allow you as an individual the capacity to change and evolve and really hone into your abilities and like fully master them, right? Fully become like confident in who you are as an individual and like you know in adapting to your style while at the same time them knowing how to go out and get the best parts of you, right? So there's that. A situational leader is just based on the current situation, right? I.e., you know, they might only be nice to you based out of the situation that is there. Same thing as a conditional leader, where it's only met on a certain number of conditions. An authoritarian, it's their way or the highway. And personally, just out of the way that they seem to be communicating, it makes me believe more so that the president might just come down and either be a good transformational leader or, you know, maybe situational. I don't know. But if it is transformational, that do his abilities tie in with any form of their leadership style in any way, shape, and or form? Or what do their abilities entitle? I'm looking at the picture here of President Rainsawa. Hi, Tree. Welcome on through. I'm looking at this beautiful picture of President Rain here. Hold on. Let me bring it up. And the first thing that comes to mind, the first thing that comes to mind is the sword, right? Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button there. Yeah, the first thing that comes to mind is the sword, right? Kelena, 10 out of 10, amazing. They weren't even involved in a sushi. No, they weren't. But that's a big factor of it, right? Is perfect timing. Yeah, exactly. Perfect timing. Is does this showcase that either A, right, they're actually transformational leader and that they trust their team to be able to go ahead and manage and brings out the best in them or their abilities to control themselves, control their actions, capabilities, abilities, whatever you might want to go ahead and say it, because that's what a good CEO, a good leader should be able to go ahead and do, right? And it's making me wonder, what are his actual abilities to be able to go ahead and lead? So does he have a calm mind, right? Ability to think under pressure, ability to unify everyone, ability to allow others to master themselves, right? Allow others capability to master oneself. Knowledge, right? What else, chat? Oh, and I think stream just died for them. Which is kind of why it's pushing me. It's like, which is kind of making me wonder, what does the sword have to do with him, right? Is it actually like a superpower altogether, right? Or is the abilities more maintained within their own capabilities as an individual, right? Because if the sword is in any way connected with their superpowers or abilities, then we have to start talking about, how did they become a leader, right? How did leadership roles arise? And even more so, who do they actually trust? Does that make sense? Chat. Does that make sense? That's why, like, overall, it makes me wonder: will this, like, will the president live long term, or is this a short term, like, solution? Like for something bigger. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot to think about, and I'm probably going to ask a lot of questions about the president um, when we get into the after section for a bit. I don't know. Anyway, it's just making me wonder a lot about their abilities and capabilities because clearly everyone has to have one in some capacity. Maybe not Rompo, and as we were speaking about that, but like for the president themselves, it's yeah. I don't know. Oh, pay attention, Deacon. I'm gonna keep flashing President Rainsawa there. The way you, I don't know, dude. It just, I'm over here. I'm yapping about this, right? All right. No, I do what I gotta do. I do what I gotta do. Yo, thanks so much for the sub tides. I appreciate it. It means the world. It means the world right now. So thank you so much. Arigato. Arigato. All right, here we go. We go on to the next one. Chat, this has been on my mind, especially since we keep going into this. Right now, this is what's happening. I'll draw it out like this. Hold on. Okay. The detective. So right now we have the detective agency, right, and the port mafia. Right. We have. I'll make it bigger so you guys can see. You take a look at this graph, right? We have the detective agency, DA, and then the port mafia. So right now we have the detective agency and the port mafia, and we know that this is all located, inside of Japan, right? And there's other things involved, right? But it's making me wonder about this as well, because, or is it Japan first and foremost? But it's making me wonder as well, like for example, what is happening on like other parts in the world, right? What it like is it still run by other organizations that might mimic what's happening there? And then inside of that, are they having their own struggles and things altogether? Does this make sense? Like when we're looking at this, like right now, we're so invested into this little area. Oh, we're so invested in this little area that our whole attention is here. We are here. We are here. But what is happening here? Like, what is happening right here in the rest of the world, or what we would call the exosystem, And it's the port mafia. The port mafia can't be the only thing that's in here that has any capability of going through, right? For example, when it comes to this, like I guess the best way that I can phrase this, if you guys are getting what I'm going off of, and you guys are knowing that I'm going off of this, right? So if I were to ask you guys this, right? What are the characters of Bungo Stray Dogs named after, chat? And it's not a spoiler. This is not rhetorical. They're named after authors, right? In some capacity. Yeah. So my question is this: will we ever see like a European? I don't know why I put an M there. European mafia that mimics the port mafia try to interfere, or an American, I don't know, gangsters galore, like just jump in to Japan and cannibalize a situation. You know, cannibalize the port mafia as a bigger gang, right? Or a Russian port mafia, or whatever that may be. You guys are get what I'm going at, right? It's like what is going on with the rest of the world? Because right now, are we going to stay only like sphere central in the microsystem, which is sort of what this is pointing to? Is like if we're only looking at this area, we know it's Japan, we know it's like in Yokohama, we know that all of this is going on, right? It's like is this going to expand into other areas as well as we keep going into the exo and the macro system, or are things actually going to start colliding? Where is this going to go? I don't know. I'm a really curious. I'm a curious bugger. Is the best way for me to put it. I'm just curious. Like, for example, there's all this violence, all this gang violence and whatnot. Is this an aspect like that will probably get mimicked, right? In any capacity. I don't know. I am curious about where this might lead to, right? And how this is going to keep evolving. Especially as we keep finding out like the more issues that the port mafia has with the gang, or if it's just going to stay centralized with just the port mafia and them all together. Another question that I've had is in regards to what's the other question that I had? Oh, okay, authors. Yes. And if that is the case, if we are expanding into the exosystem, will we see authors such as Tolkien, or I'm gonna start fucking Mark Twain, or Shakespeare, or or let me just take hold on, what's that? It's like a stone you can throw it naturally. Exactly, it creates a ripple that just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and that's called a sociological lens, right? There we go. I was thinking, I was like, what's the guy's name from that wrote The Great Gatsby? Fitzgerald, right? Scott Fitzgerald. Like, will we see other authors pop up randomly? If this were to go into like an exosystem like thing, like this, I'd probably laugh seeing something like that. I don't know, but like this also sparks another aspect of things, and I think this is the big one, and I kind of want to go through with it with you guys. All right, hold on. Let's talk a little bit about. Let's talk a little bit about TB Man. Let's talk a little bit. Freud, yeah, Freud. TB Man, I know it's TB Man, my beloved Octagon. Okay, or otherwise known as Aku, not the one from Samurai Jack. Best nickname for him, honestly. Oh no. Okay, so we have TB Man. By the way, if you are watching this on YouTube and you forgot to grab a drink, grab a snack, shame on you. You guys know that this is a full-on analysis. Also, if you guys can do me a huge favor, I kind of want to do a little test here. If you guys could get the first video of Bungo Stray Dogs and just share it everywhere, Reddit, Tumblr, so on and so forth, I'd appreciate you. Let me know if you do, and I'll give you all a Dorito. I'll give you all a Dorito or something. I don't know, but we'll plan it out. But just let me know in the Discord. I'd appreciate y'all. No. TB man, like tuberculosis man, you know. Oh, thank you, Stray. I appreciate it. You go. So my question for you comes in this regard, right? Relationship. What is your relationship with the Zai? Oh, that'd be wonderful, Nula. And let's take it further, right? We talk about relationships and we talk about counter relationships. And with Atsushi. Now you might be wondering, Ed, what are you leading to? What are you talking about? Well, we see in the openings and endings that there seems to be a sort of like, what is it, like teacher student relationship. If I can spell today, my goodness. Between the Zai and both of these individuals, right? With the whole head pat, with like everything going on. And it's making me wonder this. For Aku, is Aku even evil to begin with? Or are they just trying to go ahead, and I hate to do this, but do a notice me senpai, like I'm doing really well, right? That's sort of like where it's coming into, and it's just causing like a counter relationship, or even more so, the more that they discover how close Atsushi might be with the Zai, will this cause a further counter relationship between them, where they're in polar opposites, and both of them might have different worldviews and perspectives based on the Dazai. Yeah, the touching fingers, all of that, right? But based on the Dazai that maybe they got to know. You know? I hope that makes sense. For me, I'm looking at the relationships, because ultimately that's extremely important, is looking at the attachments and being like, oh my God, and being like, how does this tie in? How do they either function or not function? And to be honest with you all, I don't know. And it's also making me wonder this: how far will TB Man go? Like, is TB Man, like, is he open to using any means to get the job done? Kids, the public, the general. You know, it's not like it's a, you know, it's like the trolley problem or anything like that, right? It's like, does he still have moral and ethical codes to go by or not? Right? Or not. I mean, we see T-Man blow up a police station in episode 3. Yeah, a police station, right? Which they have conflict with. I'm talking more so like, would he get the general public that like has no ill will towards the Port Mafia at the moment involved in their struggles, in everything? And even more so, will there ever come an era of peace? Chat. Will there ever come an era of peace, or maybe a ceasefire, or maybe just a, hey, we acknowledge one another, we don't have to go ahead and go after one another, between the Port Mafia and the agency? Does that make sense? Anyway, sorry, I'm asking too many questions. I'm asking way too many questions. Chat just died on me. That means that I'm probably overcooking. I probably overcooked way too much. Oh well, it is what it is. Why don't we go jump right into it? I'm used to being ignored. Anyway, why don't we go to jump right into it, ladies and gentlemen, all my non-binary pals. We do have. My brain hurts. We do have Bungo Stray Dogs.
現在正体不明の犯罪組織による大規模な市街地爆破予告および探偵者への襲撃攻撃が発生しております。
探偵者がやばいっていうのは知ってるさ。
不明の犯罪組織による
An
大
unknown
規模な
mob.
市街地爆破予告
Here's what I fear about Japan, right? Is if somebody wanted to go ahead and cause a mass incident like this, where do you target? If somebody wants to go through and cause a major incident or something like this in general, where do you target, chat? I'm going to put MI without using the words because then I'll get demonetized. First investigation meeting. First off, if you want to make it poetic, because there's let's talk a little bit about criminal psychology for a bit here. Welcome to Criminal Psych 101, chat. Welcome to Criminal Psych 101. And here's a very basic one. A lot of criminals go back to the site of the incident. A lot of criminals have this mentality of like going back to the site of the incident because narratively, and a lot of people do this. Let's talk about crims and criminals. Yeah. Why do you think people do it? Okay, I'll put it this way. Why is it that when you tell a lie, you have to go back and tell it again to yourself? Or if you do, why do you think you have to do that? Or some people have to like tell themselves the lie, imagine it, go back and revisit or so on and so forth. They want to see what they did. Yeah. So for a lot of these individuals, it's about control. And it's about, we're talking about control. We're talking about aspects of like narrative control, physical control. Of course, you're talking about pleasure. Of course, you're also talking about, how to put it, like justification. That you are convinced as well. Exactly. It's to convince yourself that to convince yourself of the lie, right? That you yourself are convinced as well. So when we're looking at this and we're looking at the fact that like, hey, you know what? There's a lot of justification incidents, right? There's a lot of individuals that go through and they derive pleasure and they try and have some sort of control over it. Even more so when it's like a mimicry. An aspect of mimicry when individuals come through and they try and mimic like a famous murderer or something. Why do you think that they often do that as well? Why do you think they go back into like similar sites or similar environments? At times, it's a fact to try and put themselves in the shoes of the individual that first did it. It's a very interesting thing how humans work and how us as individuals always try and fight for control. So I'm going to ask this for you guys, right? If you've ever been lost control physically, emotionally, you've been manipulated, whatnot, how did that feel? And how have you tried to gain back control? Very real question. If you've ever lost a part of yourself or you've ever lost control in any capacity, first off, how did that feel? And that could be in a physical, emotional, sexual way, emotional manipulation, physical, whatever that may be. Maybe you were angry and you lost control of your emotions and you just lashed out, whatever that is. How did that feel? And how have you tried to regain control if you've attempted to? Does your body recognize it or not? Are you still struggling with it or not? And how do you attempt little steps, baby steps is the best way I can put it, to try and gain back an aspect of control? It felt really bad for sure. No, 100%. 100%, right? Losing control, and this is a big thing, is just overall, right? This is why you always hear people talk about like safe spaces, having mastery over yourself, right? So it's scary because uncertainty, exactly. The area of uncertainty and even uncertainty in self can really impact us, right? And can impact the way that we form connections, and even the most importantly, the connection that we have with ourselves. Because if we don't know and understand ourselves, our body, everything, right, then we truly lose power, and we truly feel powerless, right? And ultimately, this is where areas and thoughts of disgust, right? Dehumanization, feeling gross, feeling like you're out of place, like you're too little, you're too much, you're taking up too much space, you're taking up too little space, like you don't fit in. Like all of these cognitive distortions really start forming out of these areas when you aren't giving the opportunity to have mastery over self. That's what's scary, right? So I talk about this because whenever we look at this, right, a lot of these individuals, a lot of individuals, hurt people. It's important to note that, right? Hurt people, and a lot of criminals in some capacity have been hurt, not justifying them in any way, shape, or form, just letting you understand it, right? And unfortunately, instead of like taking the proper tools to try and gain that control personally, they extend it out sociologically to try and control other people and inflict that pain as well, shutting down as well. Oh, 100%, Rain. That's probably like the best thing to do is to like work on yourself, focus in on yourself and what you got to do, all of that, you know. All right. Sorry, we're going deep today. Anyway, what was I going to say? Fuck, I was on something else as well.
不明の犯罪組織による大規模な市街地爆破予告および
Oh yeah, where mass incidents. MI. Where would you go ahead and plan something like this? Like if you were in that, right? Like you have to, like in a criminal aspect, right? You're thinking about public spaces for the most part, right? You want to get recognition in any capacity. You know, if you really want to go and lash out, a lot of these, unfortunately, if you're in the United States, you immediately know that schools, unfortunately, get targeted a lot here. What else? But if you're in Japan, right, somewhere people gather, where else? Markets, crossings. The big one that I'm always afraid of, that's a big one. I'm always afraid of like when I was in the Netherlands and just around, right? Because I'm not used to like a good public transportation system. Yeah, it's trains, right? Because ultimately you're stuck in a small area with no real way out should something happen, unless until it comes to a stop, if it comes to a stop, unless you jump out or whatever, right? But even then, like looking at all of these things, like you can keep going, the list is endless, right? But looking at public areas, that's one of the big things. But if this is if we're looking at this and we're talking about, oh well, no worries, Tree, I appreciate you. Well, this is like, this could be probably like a criminal and whatnot. Then look at the previous aspects or previous ways where things happen, where things have happened, especially if it's a repeated criminal offense. Anyway, apologies, chat. We're back.
探偵者への周文攻撃が発生しております。
探偵者がやばいっていうのは知ってるさ。爆弾事件とやらのあらましを話しなよ。
これが現場に残されていた脅迫者の依頼文です。読みます。近景、記者ますますご繁栄のこととお喜び申し上げます。さて、僭越ながらこの横浜市内某所に
Forgive my insolence. Bro, you're about to set. You're about to. What? You're apologizing for. Oh.
喜び申し上げます。さて、僭越ながらこの横浜市内某所に大容量の殺傷爆弾を設置させていただきました。つきましては、市政の安全のため、この爆弾を速やかに発見、除去していただきたく、ご依頼申し上げます。期限は日没。よろしくお願いいただきたく。
I request that you locate and defuse it at your earliest convenience. Per my last email, I have CC'd your direct manager as you did not take me seriously about the bomb defusal. I request that you please locate and defuse this at your earliest convenience. Oh no! Oh no, chat.
ご依頼申し上げます。期限は日没。よろしくお願い申し上げます。 軽薄
Respectfully.
青の死となる名に該当する犯罪者は
今のところは不明です。
爆発と同時に解除に失敗した探偵社の襲
News
軍
of
ま
the
で
agency.
一
Yeah.
斉に広まるって寸法かい。槍でも大砲でもそよ風同然の探偵社だが、この手の攻撃にはどうしたって弱いからね。
Oh yeah. Something like this would be a huge scandal, would raise up concerns as to if they're able and are willing to do anything, right? Like, are they able to go ahead and actually solve things, or has it like it bring a lot of concerns up? Public perception is huge, which is why a lot of organizations and whatnot always try and manage their public perception like no tomorrow, right? And unfortunately, at times there are some really gross organizations where they value more so the public perception than their actual employees. That's the best way for me to put that. You know, there are a lot of organizations out there that like will care more about one Google review than about like all the employees that they've had for a while. And that's an unfortunate or a Yelp review of that. That's
事務方も昨日から候補地を洗い出していますが、候補がありすぎて。
はい。ランボさんとはまだ連絡がつかないんですか？
九州の事件が佳境のようです。捕まり次第連絡をもらえるように手配はしてありますが。
例の運転手からの追加情報は
watch. I bet you anything Rampo's already probably done. He's gonna call them like somewhere in the episode. If I were Rampo, I would have been like, all right, I'm done with this, and then just be like, hey guys, I solved your case too. Letting you know I've been thinking about it. I just have to get some food. I think I know. I think I know where everything's at. Can you imagine? That would be insane.
手配はしてありますが。
例の運転手からの追加情報は
爆弾については何も知らないと言っています。奴に横浜そのものを爆破する度胸はありません。
全員聞け。今回の事件は武装探偵社に対する卑劣な情報攻撃である。捜査対象は2つ。
But the fact that they let you guys know that there was a bomb for me makes it seem like there's a lot more to it. Like they've met you guys already. Which point my suspicion then is raised again towards the lady that was saved. No one would be this kind or this open to it, and then specifically using you guys as a communication structure unless they've already met you all. So for me, my suspicion immediately goes to that lady no matter what. Based out of everything that we saw in the previous episode and coming right into this. But then comes into question, right? Definitely seems personal. Yeah, it seems a lot more personal, especially with the kindness and, you know, please stop it or so on and so forth. So it means that there's ulterior motives and more things at play here. So then comes into question. All right, y'all ready? All right, hope you're ready. Hold on, chat. Which comes into question. Okay. Sorry. We're thinking about it. Yeah, I'm gonna take a potato chip and eat it. Okay. Hold on, chat. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Oh God. I'm thinking through the rationale here. Okay. Y'all gotta just trust. Okay. Y'all just gotta trust and cook with me. Okay. By the way, thank you so much to everyone that's subbing and that's following. I appreciate y'all. Okay, we're back. I just gotta put this back on. Yeah, trust the second one, please. Sorry, chat. Sleep well to those that got a dip. What are you even writing, bro? Yeah, have a good night, Indy. Appreciate it. There's the other side. It's double-sided. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I've been activating my superpower, you know? It takes a little while. All right, here we go. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? All right. Oh my God, that was a lot. Sorry. I'm definitely overcooking here. Okay. I'm 110% overcooking here. I'm scared. Bro, I'm scared. I'll put this back here. Hold on. By the way, all of this is stuff that I've been inventorying. Let's start off with the first one, shall we? I'll do it without music. So first and foremost, we have the Azure Messenger, which seems to be, or Azure King, or whatever you want to call him, what seems to be the main priority, right? What seems to be the main element as to why this whole two episodes have started off of. The Azure King seems to be the individual that set everything off, right? Not only that, this also brings up a huge aspect of guilt, of trauma, of whatnot, of Kunikita, which all ties into all of this. And this is one of those key elements that we need to pay attention to, and we need to be like discreetly aware and like aware that Kunikita might have set this all in motion, knowing or unknowingly, right? So when we're looking at this, we have to understand that this professor lady had to have some sort of relationship status with the Azure Messenger. And here's why, right? When we're looking at these individuals, there are too many infallible occurrences that happen inside of this that ultimately point to this relationship being on a high propinquity level, which means either some sort of relationship, high-level relationship, romantic relationship, or a familiar relationship where an individual gets involved, right? When we start looking at this, right, we start looking at the different aspects that are here, right? One of the key things that we need to go ahead and understand is the process of grief. And if people understand and fully conceptualize what grief is happening, say it with me, chat. Grief comes in many different stages, and one of those stages includes, let me bring it up for y'all, this right here includes this. Now go with me on this, okay? There's loss, shock, protest, disorganization. You reorganize again, and you either recover or you start deteriorating. And in this instance, an individual can start deteriorating towards the point where they do not conceptualize the aspect of responsibility of what may have happened, or they may have actually taken that on as like a personal, it wasn't their fault, it was the world's fault. And you know what? fuck the world and fuck whoever made this happen. And that might include Kunikita, which means that this whole aspect is an individual, maybe this lady, who maybe lost their lover, their person that they're in a relationship with, and started a cycle of grief and deterioration where they could not take the responsibility of what may have actually gone through, and instead blamed outwardly everyone else instead of conceptualizing on end. Does that make sense? I hope this makes sense. I hope this all just ties in together, right? This is why you got to grieve appropriately, because if you don't, you start going ahead and deteriorating in a way where you're no longer taking responsibility. And yes, you cry, yes, you lose appetite, yes, you start self-criticizing, the guilt, all of these things, but after a while that becomes so unhealthy. So what happens to a mind that's been dealt with grief, chat? What happens to a mind that's dealing with grief and that doesn't want to take accountability or responsibility or even like sanction and action that may have happened? Chat. Well, they start planning. And they start planning revenge. They start lashing out. So that's one of the big things that starts coming through, right? Is they start thinking about like, what is actually happening in this regards, right? And how can we go ahead and revive this legend that may be coming through? They start projecting, they start lashing out. So how do they start bringing back this legend, right? Well, they start off by eliminating individuals that may be associated in some capacity to the case, and even if not, start the intrigue. And that's one of the key things that is in here, is starting to using the victims to start building intrigue and start building all of this all together, right? So with this, it's a point of, you know, interpretation that ultimately the lady interprets maybe their relationship or maybe what actually happened incorrectly, and at times legitimately taking this as the internal motivating factor. We all have internal motivations. It's what gets us up in the morning. But what she did, or what she may have done, is taken this grief wheel of deterioration and ultimately use that as an internal motivator to keep going and plot an aspect of revenge using other individuals that may have been associated in any capacity in order to exact her pain onto the world, because hurt people, right? And this is why therapy needs to happen, right? Anyway, I do have one more down here that I'm going to touch on in just a little bit. Come to the next one. Okay. From intrigue, which we just talked about, right? From intrigue comes issues, right? And comes many different problems. And how do you solve these problems? Especially while people are interfering or people are coming through, or, you know, all of this stuff is happening. How do you solve them, chat? What do you do if you're going to go ahead and start creating revenge, or you're going to go ahead and start going through? What do you do? Well, you create a fucking alibi. And that's exactly what she had done. Oh, individuals are disappearing. Yes, they're disappearing. Oh, but they were back at their hotel. Oh, but this started happening, right? All of them, right, including herself, has an alibi. Now, why are alibis important? Because ultimately it detracts from people pointing their suspicion towards you. And so that's sort of where it starts coming through, right? I.e. the taxi man situation and what's happening in there. So when you start planning against a world, right? Is she planning against a world, Kunikita, or others that may have been involved in this case? And even more so, isn't it suspicious the drowning that was happening, or how she was falling into the water right as a detective agency comes on through? Unless she knows that Kunikita was involved in any capacity in this whole aspect, just to try and get them there, so that way she could get closer and unfold her master plan, right? But what ended up happening? Dazai rizzed her like no tomorrow, takes her home, not knowing what, I don't know what they did or didn't do. I'm not going to speculate on that right now, you know. But what I am going to talk about is propinquity levels, right? because after that, right, being saved, whatnot, her propinquity levels towards everyone in there rises. Now, why is that important? Because ultimately it leads towards the point of us realizing the fact that it is her based on the tonality that is being used on the letter that is just being read right now, right? When we're looking at this, it's important that we understand that, get to know the agency, which causes some layers of propinquity to form. Propinquitous is how we form attachments and maintain them, and even liking or unliking a person. Have you ever met a person that you're like, my God, I feel like I've known you all my life, and you just met them for like a couple minutes? Yeah, that's a strong propinquity level, right? But when we're looking at this, right, she gets to know the agency a little better. And when we start looking at the letters, we start seeing that, like, the polite and the tonal shift that comes with it. Now, why is that important? Well, it's important because when we look at a tone shift, right, in general criminal psychology, it indicates layers of propinquity that is being established with teens, right, or a sense of agency. And that is huge, right? So that means for me, based on the fact that, like, number one, the taxi cab gets the whole incident that happened over at the port, the drowning, all of these things, where can the bomb be? There are 3 areas, according to my calculations, that this could be at. There are 3 areas that this can be at. Number 1, where we found them. The place where we found them. The place where the Azure King might have been, or the place where they were drowning. Number 2, the port. Number 3, a place with water. Based out of last episode, based out of what we know so far. Or some type of like watery place somewhere out there, because of the tone shifts indicates, right? So since it's polite in nature, and we already know that, when individuals take their lives, either A, it tends to, like, for a lot of male presenting individuals, it tends to be messy, right? And for a lot of like, female presenting individuals, it tends to be a little bit cleaner. But when we look at this, if you're going to go ahead and like unleash a bomb, unleash a kaboom, right? You would expect it to be in an area that's wider, but yet the tonal shift completely takes this apart and throws it out the door and says, hey, this is more of a polite individual, which means more than likely you're not going to find this in huge polluted areas. You're going to find this closer to one of these 3 locations. And that's probably where I'd put my money at. Either in some type of van, some type of shop near the port, a place near water, so that way it spreads out that way, or some type of building, right? Like the building where everything was found. That is where it's at, chat. Now, I might be overcooking here. Of course, I don't know. But according to my deduction capabilities, according to what we've known from the past episode, that's what I think. I may be wrong. And I hope. I think I'm wrong. I think I'm way overcooked. It might actually be that they just put it up in the like middle of Shibuya or somewhere, Yokohama or wherever. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. What do you guys think? Boom! And that's exactly what would have happened, right? If you think about the Azure King, right? And that's like the main mentality is, why even give a fucking letter to go ahead and throw that out there? You don't have to be polite. And that's where everything comes through, Everything comes through out of the individual writing this letter and having everything on in there. They didn't have to write this. And that's ultimately what leads me down this rabbit hole. Is they didn't have to explain themselves or say, go and find. It scared your dog? Wait, what the fuck? That's sort of what ended up happening, Like, if you're really gonna pull this off, you don't need to tell people unless there's a higher motive or unless there's a higher agency at point. Which I'm guessing the whole point is to get people to come through, or maybe get Kunikita to come through as well. Anyway, apologies, chat. Did I scare you? Because that's the way a real incident would go. You know, we wouldn't really have time or whatnot to think about. Anyway, Ed jump scare cat. Damn, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I wake you guys up? Did I scare you guys? Jesus. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm getting jump scared like this. Oh, give me a heads up before the jump scare because of delay. Well, good. Jesus Christ. And Foxy jump scare, you better keep that in. No, but that's, I mean, ultimately, I mean, that's how you got to think about it, right? And why? I've been laughing for the last 10 minutes. Wait, why? Also, Rain, really? Chat. Rain literally just sent me this. She's like, this you. This you. You right now. Is she wrong? Is she wrong? No. That's Deb. I can't. This is peak. Well, I hope y'all like that. I don't know. I'm definitely overcooking, significantly overcooking. But still, I want you guys to get a thought into my thought process. Like if I'm in there and I have to like think about things or activate my abilities in any capacity, that's sort of the way that I would bring it up, you know? Anyway, we continue. Apologies, chat. Apologies. All right, let's go.
攻撃者たる青の使徒の発見、そして爆弾の除去だ。優先すべきは時間期限のある爆弾である。もし発見かなわず人命が失われたなら、我らに探偵者を名乗る資格はない。
Fair.
これは武装探偵者の存続とプライドをかけた戦いであると認識せよ。
Damn!
何時だと思ってんだバカメガネ。
朝の9時に寝てるのはお前くらいだ。例の依頼メールを出した青の人は見つかりそうか？
そんなことより俺に別件で頼みたいことがあって電話してきたんじゃねえの？
何でもお見通しってわけか。
知ってることしかわからねえよ。
依頼は爆弾製造の追跡だ。購入履歴を送る。
It's a big fish for a small tank.
景気がいいなおい。
軽口を叩いてないでさっさと始めろ。
ああ？
これは人命を救う仕事だ。いつも非合法なことばかりやっているお前でも、たまには社会の役に立て。
偉そうに。
Oh no, Louis, welcome on through. No, but he's taking on that role because he feels responsible for you. Like that's why I asked in the past stream, right? Like what would happen? Like how would Kunikita feel if like he lost this boy, right? Because he feels so much guilt and like he's deteriorated into like taking on that parental responsibility, you know? Also, Louis Armory, welcome on through. Thank you so much. Welcome onto the stream.
違う。俺はお前の父親にはなれん。
Yeah, but you care for them.
よろしいのですか？事務所は爆弾騒ぎで大変なご様子ですし、国木田様もとてもお忙しそうでしたが。
国木田君は仕事の鬼だからね。何しろ寝る前に毎日2時間手帳の再確認と追記作業をしているらしいよ。頭の中に働きありでもか。再確認と追記作業をしているらしいよ。
My dude's just out on a date. Yeah, he's keeping an eye on her. My dude's like, hey, I'm gonna make this so non-suspicious by like making it seem this way, you know.
頭の中に働きありでもかっている。
この緊急時に会議をサボって何を午後のおしゃれデートなどしている。
おしゃれデート羨ましいの？
羨ましくない。
羨ましいんだ。彼女は犯人に殺されかけた被害者だよ。 彼女を警護しつつ心のケアをすることこそ探偵者として重要かつ喫緊の任務じゃないか。
慶長不白が服を着て歩
So I think the Zai is trying to go and pass off that aspect of like, I'm keeping an eye on her. Yeah. Like tending to her psyche, like making sure that like, you know, things aren't going awry, which
いているようなお前に出番があるのか？それに彼女ほどの美人であれば恋人くらいいるだろう。
聞けば
oh,
その恋人と少し前に別れたとか。
what is the Zai saying with this chat? What would anyone be saying with this? It means that he's gotten to like so personal that he's able to go ahead and deduce a lot of this information. So even if she did have someone, right? Like he's getting a lot of good information out of it.
だから国木田君、いけるよ。
いいか太宰。俺がここに来たのは朝の会議をサボったお前に状況を説明してやるためだ。
状況なら分かってるさ。爆弾を仕掛けた青の人の目的は探偵者潰しだ。
このようなお話、部外者の私が聞いても良いのでしょうか。
Unless this is a test. In a very similar way that they did to Atsushi. It's similar to Atsushi.
What している。
おしゃれデート羨ましいの？
羨ましくない。
羨ましいんだ。彼女は犯人に殺されかけた被害者だよ。彼女を警護しつつ心のケアをすること。
His eyes, the way that he turns back around instead of like being there and being childish, right? All of these things kind of point, like, you know, point to the Zai already giving that information over to Kunikita and telling him, hey, like the body language of the Zai, right? And the fact that Kunikita can pick up on little things like this is.
探偵者として重要かつ喫緊の任務じゃないか。
慶長不白が服を着て歩いているようなお前に出番がある。
No, this is exactly it, but it's telling Kunikita to play along. This is exactly what it's saying. So when you ever been partner with someone, especially when it comes to high level intel or anything like this, right? Yeah, because the thing with a lot of this is you come up with codes with your partner, so that way you understand what one another means at any point or context or situation. By the way, being autistic or being on the spectrum doesn't mean that you can't pick up context clues. Remember, there's different layers of being on the spectrum. One of those being circumscribed interest, another being sensory motor, language, you name it, right? There's different layers of you know that you can be in. Because there are individuals that are really good at picking up like context clues beyond belief, like savant syndrome style.
彼女ほどの美人であれば恋人くらいいるだろう。
聞けばその恋人と少し前に別れたとか。だから国木田君、いけるよ。
いいか太宰。俺がここに来たのは朝の会議をサボったお前に状況を説明してやるためだ。
状況なら分かってるさ。爆弾を仕掛けた青の人の目的は探偵者潰しだ。
このようなお話、部外者の私が聞いても良いのでしょうか。
It is a cool shot.
佐々木さんは関係者だし問題ないよ。佐々木さんが大学で教えてるのって確か
社会心理学です。
Here's the thing about
それはいい。ぜひこの事件に関するあなたの意見を聞いてみたいね。
先ほどから伺っていた青の使となる人物ですが、
if you're really a social psychology professor, I gotta challenge you. Because I was about to say you've let yourself slip so badly that you're an embarrassment to social psychologists everywhere, especially if you know about like timing masking, about understanding entry points, understanding how to go ahead and camouflage socially, understanding like all the different aspects that they touch on social psychology. You have failed every point to the point where you rose suspicion the first time that you came through. That's what I gotta say about that. Oh damn. Yeah, if you are a social psychology professor and you did not take notes and you damn, okay, yeah, damn. And you know, then just know that everyone has sussed you out at this point in time, and I think everyone's sussy wussy. You know, they're a little baka sussy about you. You know, the roast.
他の装飾機のテロリスト事件
It's not a bad thing. I mean, it happens. There are individuals that are really good at relaying back information, but not really good at taking it in and applying it. You know,
青木王と何か関係があるんじゃない
the
でしょう
sussy
か
baka. You
やは
know.
りそう思いますか。
もしかしたら青木王本人かもしれません。警察に追い詰められ自爆したということですが、あるいは死を偽装し
But if he faked his death, then why would he randomly start back up to go ahead and do it? Unless, of course, this was all a planned incident to actually exert some sort of revenge or control or aspect out of it. Even more so, the fact that this led you down this path instead of assuming that there are other individuals that may have been inspired, you're trying to go ahead and create an alibi in the situation is extremely thwarting. Keep it up. You're digging a bigger hole for yourself, lady. Yeah, it's a bigger misdirection.
今も生きているのでは
この世界は不完全だ。嘆いても祈っても偶然で人は死に、悪は裁かれず地上にのさばる。
元官僚だった青木王はある時声明とともに政府施設を爆破。標的は検察のミスで不起訴になった殺人犯や国際的な政情職を行った議員など、いずれも法で裁けない凶悪犯ばかりです。
ならば希求しよう、理想の世界を。神の御手ではなく血塗られた我らの手によって。
でも青木王が生きてるとしたら、どうして探偵社にこんな攻撃をするんです？
そこまでは。
かつて青木王を追い詰めたのはアジトを突き止めた国木田君だ。そうか、恨まれているのは国木田君か。
あのテロリストの死亡は軍警が現場開
It's way too much knowledge for a random victim. It
間違
is.
いない。
いずれにしても相手の正体が分かるまでは警戒した方がいいね。佐々木さんも安全なところにかくまわないと。
それは許さんぞ太宰。
何のこと？
護身安全のためと言いくるめ、ご婦人を自分の部屋に囲い、連日連夜に及んであんなことやこんなことや。
君がそう思ってることは何もないけどだから初日に止めた時も隣室で休んだし、当然指一本触れてない。
Oh.
まあ国木田君が勘違いしてるのは知ってたし、面白いから放置してたけど。本当にこの二人なんでコンビ組んでんだ。
Because they're able to play up the antics, and then, you know, they got a lot of information out of that, especially how much she knew, and then just misdirect again by saying, oh, they're just being stupid little partners. And then Sushi falls right back into that like right back into that like trap, you know. It's great.
国木田君は随分と佐々木さんが気になるみたいだけど、佐々木さんはどんな男性がタイプ？
タイプですか？私が男性にタイプを求めるなどおこがましくて大変恐縮ですが、その理想に燃え何かに打ち込む男性など。
Shirikita's shaking his ass in the background.
違いしてたのは知ってたし、面白いから放置してたけど。本当にこの二人なんでコンビ組んでんだろう。
Is he talking to himself or is he talking to us? Like, is this just internal monologue being shared out? Right?
国木田
Oh,
佐々木さんが気になるみたいだけど、佐々木さんはどんな男性がタイプ？
タイプですか？ 私が男性にタイプを求めるなどおこがましくて大変恐縮ですが、その理想に燃え何かに打ち込む男性などとても素敵だと思います。理想に燃え何かに打ち込む男性などとても素敵だと思います。
You mean like the Azure Messenger?
それ完全に国木じゃない。二人でお話しして。
ほら太宰、勝手なこと言うな。
わかりやすいな。本当に。まあ少々歪んではいるが、見た通り彼は理想に生きる高独な人だ。そのせいか理想の女性も大変なことになってるけど、読んでみる？
貴様また。
Yo.
国木田様。
はい。
これはないです。
Oof. Oof. Would you like to take a look here? Here. Oh, here you go. Yeah, way to crush his heart. Bro just got destroyed.
ランポさんと連絡が取れたそうです。
Oh, yay. I like that they don't even activate. They wait for Rampo to like deduce it for him. God damn it, dude. Yo, Siliana, welcome on through. Like, they lock it immediately when Rampo comes through and it's like, hey.
連絡が取れたそうです。
爆弾の場所が分かったんですね。
事件が解決したから九州観光して温泉卵でも食べようと思ってたのに。ダメ
Oh.
だねみんな。僕がいないとまともに操作一つできないんだから。
国源は日没です。場所を教えてください。百貨店、学校、それとも駅。どこでも何百人単位の犠牲者が出る。一体どこに設置されたんだ。
See, Atsushi, you're thinking about if someone planted a bomb with normal conditions.
釣り具屋さん。
え？
爆弾はネギ市長の釣り具屋さん。
Ah, fishing shop.
そうか、なるほど。
Something to do with water.
さすがランポさんだ。
I know, and they're letting her listen?
でもどうして釣り具屋さんなんですか？地図ある？
座席の後ろだ。
97ページ。97ページ。
Damn, you memorized that
犯
much?
人の標的。
Someplace near water. Yes, don't get me wrong, the petrochemical complex
石
is
油
there,
コン
but
ビナートさ。
そうか。なぜ気づかなかったんだ。
日本有数の港湾。としたるこの横浜には石油と天然ガスを保管する広大な敷地が並んでいる。もしその石油コンビナート付近で爆発が発生しタンクに引火したら港湾全体が炎に包まれるのは確実だ。
could have just started looking at the port. That was one of the 3 areas that I put. Water, port, some type of shop near there, you know. Dude, Edogawa is fucking real. No, but it's like logically speaking, right? Yeah, it causes some damage, but it's not like you're taking lives, you know, an insane amount of lives.
だがもちろん石油施設の中に入り込むにはそれなりのセキュリティを突破する必要がある。一番簡単なのが
Yeah, put a bomb in a car.
爆
Yep.
弾を乗せて石油施設の近辺に放置する手札だ。
つまり積載できる爆弾の有効範囲からその条件に合致するのが九段の釣り具店というわけか。
ご名答。
I don't know whether to feel happy or sad or if everything's aligning right, because that's a check. That's a check. At least I would think so. I hope you guys give it to me there. Port literally was in there. So what can I say? I'll give myself a check mark on that one.
軍系の爆弾処理班が爆弾を見つけたが
Cooked.
移動不可能なタイマー式で日没までの解除は難しいという
Sure.
付近の住人を避難させているが間に合うかどうかそんなただ停止信号を受信すれば爆発を止めることができるらしい
なんとかせねば。
何事です。
電話だ。
はあ。
もしもし。
よーメガネ、今いいか。
六蔵か。
お
どうした。
渋滞になっているような。お、はい。
いやあ、アツシ君。
ランポさん。
はい
はい。
どうぞ行く。
社長
Hey, yo.
軍系が
なるほど。蛇の道は蛇だな。
そうですか。
それはまた
はい。
わかった。
はい
いや、助かる。
了解しました。
わかりました社長
六蔵からだ。最近旧国防軍施設に何者かが通信
Damn!
搬入したらしい。
ランポさんの推理も同じです。
決まりだな。
私の電話は社長からだ軍系からの連絡で
The driver has died.
死んだ。
The taxi driver?
軍系の隔離施設で保護されてたんじゃな。
That means that there's corruption inside of the military and police aspects, hence why all of this is going on. So there might be more individuals involved, and that's sort of where my huge aspect comes in, right? Which is, what other threats are there outside of the port mafia, and how big does the corruption run inside of the military and police
ないんで
actions?
すか。
部屋の中で突然苦しみ出して
ああ
死因は不明だが手のひらに00という数字の刻印
Unless it is the port mafia that or some other individual ability user, someone comes through and is like puts like we're playing Expedition 33, right? And sometimes you can put like a little blight or curse counter on individuals and it'll count down to 0 and you'll die. Yo, Aku! Have a good night.
そうだよ
手のひらに数字だと。なんだ。一体何が起こってる。
4 more defense force facility. T-minus 20. Ooh. Does Kunikita's ability work in that, like, it has to be like the size of that sheet of paper? Like, anything and everything he creates has to be within that size? Because I haven't seen him like pull out like a rocket launcher or a tank or, you know, it's all been like small items. And if that's the case, could I just pull out like gold bars? Flashbang.
2人は2階へ。通信機を探して停止信号を送るんだ。なんだ。
Ah, shit. What?
君の数字を送れよ。元気で素敵だよ君。
You're looking
さぞ
great.
いい数字を持っているんだろうね。
これを。
ここを嗅ぎつけるなんて評判通りだ。
Ooh.
武装探偵者だな。さすが武装探偵。
Oh no, he's hot. Oh no, he's hot and dangerous. all the characters are for the most part, right?
夕日が沈む。操作できます？
簡単だでも私には無理
え？
ここに解除キーを差し込んで回すだけだけど私はそれを持ってない
どうするんです？
Doesn't that mean that it's probably better for you and Kunikita to switch? Does I? Because Kunikita could probably write in his notebook to like make a key specific to that, and you could probably like go all the way down there and face that guy, right? if that's the case.
スーパーヘビー級だね、こりゃ。
Was part of the pitch for the series, Bleak, is it? Ooh.
こいつ遠距離攻撃の異能力者か。
君の数字はいくつになった？
数字
Ooh, what the fuck?
力はね、避けられないんだ。僕は数字のある人間を好きな方向に吹き飛ばせるのさ。たとえ地球の裏側にいても。
Even if they're on the other side of the
そ
earth.
の数字がゼロになった時、苦しみもがいて死ぬ。その運命からは逃れ。
Oh, hell yeah. No, they need to switch.
誰も。お前がボスか。確かに君たちはマフィアより厄介だ。だがその武装探偵社ももう終わりさ。ここに鍵がある。爆発を止める解除キーだよ。これがなければ爆弾は止められ。
You really just showed the key to the guy that can create stuff.
欲しいかい？
You want it?
欲しいよね。
You want it?
欲しいならこうだ。これで希望はついえた。もう終わりだよね。このアホが。
Oh. Oh.
君すごい腕力だね。荷運び業者の方が向いてる。
分かっとるわ。何度も同じこと。
Oh, smart. Oh. And people are saying they're bad partners. Nah. That's a fucking cook. That's a fucking cook and a half. Nah, that's fucking hype, dude. And it doesn't work. Are you gonna give me a number? That's my number 2, you motherfucker. The Psyc could just go through and, you know, from out of nowhere, just fucking Stone Cold style him, just bah! RKO out of nowhere. Real, dude. Oh, that's so good. His career is to be a bouncer. Yeah.
そうだ。国木田さん、キーは？
奴が壊した。
え？じゃあ爆弾はどうなるんですか？時間がもう。
落ち着けこそ。六歩銀閣解除機。俺の異能力は俺が一度この目で見てその形と機能を理解したものを再現できる。
Oh, okay. Nice.
ただし大きさはおよそ手帳のサイズ。
Guys, so what if he just gets a big ass notebook? Get a bigger notebook. Oh no. Oh no. You drive me crazy. It's not even about guessing, right? It's just thinking about the rules of the world and then how realistically these characters follow them. That's sort of the main thing with it, right? Is once you start putting these characters and treating them like real people and that the rules of the world are real, then you could start questioning stuff, right? And that's how you start coming up with a lot of these like answers to your own questions. Like, okay, this is happening, but how does this happen? Why does it happen? What are the limitations of things? Where does this go, you know? Damn, I may have been...
犠牲になった方のお墓参りですか？
ああ。初めて業務で死者を出した時には起き上がれぬほど泣き、激した。だが今では涙一つでん。故にその代替えとしてこうして墓参りすべきだとそう思っている。
涙を流せば死んだ人は浮かばれますか？
おそらく浮かばれも救われもせんだろう。なぜなら彼らの時間はすでに止まっている。
先般のお話で私一つ嘘をつきました。別れた恋人とは死別したのです。
Bruh. Are you kidding me right now, bruh? Are you kidding me right now? Bruh. Bruh. No, you can't. You can't. No. Ah.
そうか。
おっしゃる通りです。死んだ人の時はもう止まっていて、今から何をしてもかの人は喜ばず。微笑みます。つい取り乱しました。所用がございますので、これで。さよなら。
That sounds so.
もしもし。
国木田君、ちょっと来てほしいのだけど。
Oh?
こんな場所で何の用だ？
これ何だと思う？アジトのパソコンの中にあった横浜の調査情報だよ。驚くことに、この横浜支配には探偵社の殲滅が第一だと書かれていた。
Right.
裏
They
社
need
会
to
を
take.
牛耳るポートマフィアではなくか。
彼らは踊らされていたんだ。偽の情報でね。
まだ黒幕か。
実は真犯人と思っている人物にメールを出した。犯人である証拠を持っているとね。もうすぐここに来るはずだよ。
まさかお前がそうなのか、六蔵。
何言ってんだお前。まだ始まってねえのかよ。
そうか。
What a fake out. I was about to be like, no fucking way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Unless it is. Ain't no way. That has to be a fake out.
私の電子メールをハッキングで覗き。
Oh!
本当にお前じゃないんだな。
俺はただ真犯人の顔を拝みたかった。
Bro, fake out. Oh my god.
本当だな。お前じゃないんだ。
Oh no! I fucking knew it! I told you! I fucking told you, chat! I knew it! Oh, fuck! The kid, but at the same I fucking knew it! Yeah, bro. Not in front of Kunikita. Not in front of Kunikita. Oh, no.
思うに、あなたがその頭脳を犯罪に使うのは初めてじゃないね。
あの人は理想に燃えた人でした。純粋に犯罪のない世界を望み、それゆえに自分の手を血に染めました。
Wow!
私はどうにかその理想を叶えてあげたかった。
Oh, I'm so. It's literally the climax. You get no worries. Oh my god, chat. Hold on. Because didn't I talk about this as well with grief? And specifically how grief can make, like, you know, again, she took it upon herself to try and do. I'm sure you guys. I hope you guys are losing. Yeah, she was Sussy Baka. I'm sure you guys are losing your minds over there. I hope you guys are losing your minds over there. Because I'm like piecing all of this together, like. She is a horrible social psychology professor. My goodness. You really wore your intentions on your sleeve there. God, they are? Aww.
あなたの恋人、青木王は、法では裁けない犯罪者を犯罪によって断罪する理想主義者だった。
Through legal means.
今回の事件はその続きだ。
Wait, you're able to go ahead and track that bar? What?
理想主義者だった。
Oh.
今回の事件は
The incident was meant to carry on his work. Wow.
銃を下ろせ。こんなことをして何になる。
お分かりになりませんか？あなたはどこかあの人に似ています。
あなたの計画は実にスマートだ。自らは何も罪を犯さず、探偵社を貶め、誘拐犯と犯罪組織を滅ぼしてみせた。けどあなた自身には何の信念も理想もない。ただ流されていただけだ。
もう疲れました。私は解き放たれたいのです。私を撃ちますか、太宰さん。でも私は銃を下ろしました。この状況で私を撃つと過剰防衛になりますね。国木田さんが見ています。
そう、私には撃てない。でも
just the acceptance of it. The Zai literally just the acceptance of it. Oh wow.
青木王は父上の敵だ。ざまあみやがれ。
No.
なぜだ。なぜこんなことになる。何が間違いだった。誰が悪かった。
Sometimes people have different motivational factors. Remember, I think I brought up this question: is what would have happened in a situation like this where Desire were to take someone's life, right? It still pulled. Yeah, the boy took two shots to the chest, and he still pulled the trigger. Revenge is a, you know, dig a grave for yourself and for your opponent, you know. But I highlight this because ultimately this is all just a freak chain of events, and ultimately there might not be a right or wrong. It's just an endless cycle of people thinking that they're right, and that's the unfortunate aspect, right? Yeah.
この結果しかありえなかったんだ。
黙れ。お前なら救えたはずだ。これが正しい結果だとでも言うのか。
正しさとは武器だ。それは傷つけることはできても、守り救済することはできない。佐々木さんを殺したのは結局青木王の
ideals。
そして君の正しさだ。
おお。
国木田君、君がその理想を求める限り、いつか青木王の炎が君にも宿るだろう。
Take deep root in you, yep.
そして周囲ごと焼き尽くす。
And you'll end up pushing everyone away because if you're so set on your ideals that you don't budge, then you're not flexible to have others meet their needs with you, and you might end up just being lonely. Either that or everyone hating you.
でもそれでも進んで突き抜けてやる。俺の理想をなめるなよ。
Oh no. That's where it ends and they're fighting. Oh. What an awesome episode. What an awesome episode. Oh my god, peak. What a way to just bring everything in, you know? All right, we'll listen to the end song here and then we'll give our final thoughts. That was great. I know, no ending this time, just a banger. I mean, I'll ask this question, right? Is anyone in the wrong? Is anyone in the wrong? I think everyone has of course, taking a life is wrong in general, but everyone has different motives, at the end of the day. And sometimes your motives and perspectives will end up just clashing with others, and at times that might make you a villain in their story when, you might not necessarily want to be the villain in their story in that capacity. Ladies and gentlemen, all my non-binary pals, did you guys have fun? Did you guys enjoy it? Tonight, we're going to jump into the general stage here. I only have about 30 minutes, I would say. So come on through. That way we can go ahead and get started with the Bungo Stray Dogs here. We'll do a couple minutes here. I'll give you everyone a couple, 3 minutes to come on through and have a discussion. But with that being said, I hope all of you guys are enjoyed the stream, enjoyed it a lot, because it's fun. I mean, that was a great episode. That was a phenomenal episode in of itself, All right, let me get everything set up on my end. I haven't even set up, but there's people in here already. Oh my God, I love situations. It's not just black and white. And I think that's what I love about Bungo Stray Dogs is it's not just black or white, There's more to it, Absolutely, Shard. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, we're locked in. Hold on. When one of my mods wants to come up and speak, we got to let them. Hi, Lena.
Hello. How did you enjoy the episode?
It was a good episode, I thought. I think it's really, really good. I think it... I mean, I think I overcooked, or I cooked a little too hard with the boards, but it was...
I mean, but since... when are you not overcooking? When do you not cook very well? Because I was keeping an eye on the spoiler thread for this series, and I guess they'll tell you in a little bit, but everybody was losing their minds on every single moment.
Oh no! How fast was it moving?
Oh dear, I had to scroll every second.
You guys were just, oh no, I'm sorry, mods. Yeah, we're losing our mods.
No, but I was like, yeah, this is usual. This is normal for him. Like everything that you did, they were like freaking out. Every single thing that you did, yeah, that's normal.
I love that we've been through enough series that we know,
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's just Ed.
Yeah, like I told him, like I'm not. I mean, I'm still surprised sometimes when you get certain things, especially when it's very obscure things. I won't say what exactly because of course spoilers, but it's like I know. I think for me, I know it's a bit off topic, but for me, since I've been here for a while now, it's more of a. I know that you are able to, with your knowledge, with your education, with everything that you have acquired, it's with your life, you're able to figure, right? You're able to to really see the intent behind every single thing that happens in the series.
Right.
And even things as minuscule as you might think, like maybe a color choice, a background music, a little twitch of an eye, that makes you think, hey, this makes me think of this, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, seeing this now from experience, I guess it's somewhat refreshing to see more people coming in and people reacting, with a brand new perspective.
Oh, I was about to say it's always fun because it's like whenever we get a whole new group of people and they're like, "How did you get there?" And it's like, okay,
that's him. That's him.
And it's like, let me write out my thoughts so that way you guys can follow along. And then I write it all out, and people are still like, "But how?" And it's like, what do you mean, "But how?" It's right there.
Yeah, it's right there. Okay, all right. I won't ask anything else because I guess everybody else has a question. And if I ask a question, I don't want to steal it from somebody else. So yeah, I'll leave the actual question for the series or the episode to the fans. And guys, remember, don't mention anything about light novels, stage plays, anything else about the differences to him, please. Everybody's been behaving, but a little reminder, it's not us, it's him. So we have to let you guys know of his wishes. Yeah.
Thank you, Lena. And a big portion for that, just to explain it, is we're trying to stay with the psychology of the anime world as it's being presented at the end of the series, then I'll probably ask, okay, what was different? What changed, right? But if I start getting other information, then all of a sudden I'm starting to take in other perspectives and start analyzing like stuff that's not currently relevant to the anime world.
Or or things that kind of are like headcanon sometimes. Remember the thing happened in that certain series that I will mention that it kept Blake and I awake all night.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, but we won't drop it. If you look around, you'll see what. But yeah, no. So we don't want anything like that. So yeah, don't worry. If he wants to know, he'll let us know, and we might even ask you guys, like a list or something, maybe like that time. But we'll see. But yeah, for now.
Exactly, and y'all are aware. Y'all see how much the mods kind of protect me on like everything. I go into a group chat with some of you guys.
Hi, Bleak. Trauma.
Oh, is Bleak here? Where's Bleak? Oh, hi, Bleak. Yeah, trauma.
They know.
If I go into like a voice chat with some of y'all, they'll just pop in and they'll be like, "Do we have to ban Ed from this from asking questions?" Because they can, right? They can kick me out. So that's what's great.
All right. Okay. So I'll step down so you can, because you don't have a lot of time. Yeah. So again, everybody remember, keep it short. Don't ask things about other anime. No spoil, please. Okay. So bye bye.
Bye, Lena. I appreciate you.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Also, friendly reminder, we are doing Expedition 33 probably later in the evening tonight because we're getting really close to the end of Act 2, which is awesome. All right, let me bring President Rain Sawa here. Hi, President Rain Sawa.
Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm doing great. Just so you know, we were cracking up in the chat in the BSD thread.
Wait, why?
I cannot tell you why, but the meme that I sent you, like, there's another side to the whiteboard.
There's another side to the whiteboard? Oh, God.
What? I literally lost it. Then I was like, ain't no way.
But did you guys think it was only like a one-sided whiteboard?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't expect it.
If I
You're going to have like 5 or 6 whiteboards by the end of season 1, I feel.
Oh no. I should probably throw up some whiteboards on the throne to get more in because, yeah, this is getting crazy.
Yeah, probably. It was incredible.
Well, thank you. But also, I guess my question for you is, for the bomb, yeah, just in general, like, at what point did you guys realize that maybe I was going around like the right path?
Probably, well, for me, I immediately thought that you were onto something. Like I was like, yeah, he's about to crack this case.
He activated his superpower
immediately. Yeah, but yeah, the how you did it, it was incredible. Like we in the chat were like. We were laughing so hard, but in the best way possible.
It was great.
I loved it. Yes.
Yes, and after every anime that we do, I'm trying to go ahead and do a little get together so we can all chat about it. But no, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Rain.
The memes.
So, question for you, Rain.
Yes.
Yes. First off, are you practicing some self-care?
Yes.
Because I heard you're rereading the novel. You're doing 4-hour watch-alongs on Saturday. Like, you're also taking notes, copious amounts of notes. So it's making me wonder, how much time are you getting for sleep?
Not much. But I still sleep.
Oh well, I'm glad you at least get to rest a little bit. Just know we
Yeah,
love
yeah.
you, but we want you in like your best. Yeah, I know. I'll clock Rain because I love and adore her.
Thank you. But just so you know, I did like the first half of the analysis of the first light novel uh, on my bed. So there were moments where like I was like, okay, nap time, and I kind of passed out and then woke up and continued. So I got to sleep, and then I finished like the second half in my university because we have a lounge where we can stay and like do our stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then I went home and slept, so it was all fine.
It was all fine. Oh,
Yeah, the power naps.
the power naps are amazing. I'll be honest. I woke up early, and you guys were in that call for like 3 or 4 hours in the Discord, like together today before this general
Yes.
stage. I went and like I did like like pancakes with like eggs. I did this whole breakfast thing, and I'm like, wow, all of you guys are chatting for a long time there, and it said like Bungo Stray Dog spoilers do not enter or whatever, and that's why I'm like, what? Hi, welcome on
Well,
in.
yeah, we had a lot of talking. Like we also had a few theory moments and speculated on a few things that hasn't happened yet. But yeah, mostly we just enjoyed our time,
By
like
the
the
way,
pre-stream call.
yeah, by the way, you guys are able to go ahead and do that. I would love to see you guys start like a Saturday anime watch along where you guys just get together and yap about the anime, manga, whatnot, and just watch it through. Of course, I'm not going to be a part of it, but you guys can definitely start that. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I think Discord has the option where one person's able to share the screen and you guys are able to talk about like the light novel, anime, whatnot together, and come together to do that. Yeah.
Oh, it would be incredible. Like probably it would be best to have also maybe a space like a voice channel uh, dedicated to Bungo Stray Dogs, because we are all afraid to accidentally spoil things to other people in the server who might accidentally enter the chat.
So, if anything, if you need a stage set up, you can let any of the mods know, and they'll set up a stage for you like this.
Yeah, probably could be like a great thing.
Mhm.
So this way we will not accidentally spoil anything or get jump scared.
Wait, what do you mean by get jump scared?
I mean, every time, yeah,
By
every
Ed?
time you enter, yeah, we are like freaking out because we don't know if you accidentally hear a few things, and maybe we're like, oh yes, and this character and this thing, and then you enter and we're like, oh my god.
So here's the thing about like at least in my Discord, it's really weird. When I enter, I don't really hear anything until I start saying hi. So as soon as I say hi and I hear myself, like that it takes a while before I hear anything. It's a really weird thing that my Discord does.
Oh, I'm glad.
So I've not heard you guys say anything like at all. Like you guys have been safe so far.
Okay.
Anyway,
That could have been bad.
but Rain, I will say I missed you last episode.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, but it was 5 a.m. for me.
No
and
worries.
yeah, that time. I mean, it was also 5 a.m. today, but today is a special day because it's a weekend for me.
No, exactly.
But yeah, during weekdays, I either wake up like 3 or 4 hours before class, or I just pull an all-nighter.
Rain,
Yes.
You need to go. Like you need to go sleep for a bit.
Oh, I do sleep in the afternoon.
All right. Well, how about we bring some people up? Otherwise, we're gonna go into this.
Yes, yes. So I can avoid being called out, maybe.
Hi, Vince.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
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 How you doing? Happy
I'm
Friday.
doing good. Happy Friday. Okay. So the first thing I want to say is I remember last episode when you asked the question like, "Oh, what if something happened to Rokuzo?" we were all in there and we were just like, "Oh no. He doesn't know." And I guess second, obviously cuz this is a big Kunikita centered like part of the story. Like what do you think of kind of his idealism, especially with what Dazai said at the end, you know?
Well, I think this is what's going to start causing a big drift, because ultimately, Dazai is hitting the nail on the head. Is if you stick to your ideals so hard, you end up pushing everyone away, and you ultimately could become the villain in your own story, thinking that you're doing right, and you might be doing right in your own perspective, but everyone else might be seeing it as you doing wrong.
Yeah.
Which,
That's oh wait, you go?
which is scary if you think about it, because for me, I kind of, for some reason, I kind of feel like we're gonna have a moment of a big drift where Dazai is no longer with the agency, or something big happens where Dazai is out and maybe Kunikita is in, or something along those lines. But I'm kind of scared as to what's gonna happen to Kunikita if he keeps going down this path.
I liked your question towards the end of the episode, like, or it was kind of repeat of like, oh, who was wrong, who was right, but I think my answer to that is that I don't think anyone, obviously there are wrong actions you can take, like you shouldn't kill people and things like that, but with like what the characters are feeling, I don't think it's wrong for any of them to want to feel that. Like Sasaki isn't wrong for wanting to uh carry on the Azure King's ideals because of her love and things like that, and or
Yeah.
wanting revenge. So
I will say though, for a social psychology professor, I need to have some words with her.
The roast.
She tried her best.
She tried her best. It's like, hey, I'm feeling all of these things. Instead of being like, let me go get therapy as a social psychology professor, she's like, I'm gonna go ahead and plan this elaborate plan where it's like I can, like, it falls into all the things that you shouldn't do. Oh no.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes people use what they know for bad things too, so.
Yeah, but if only she had used it more effectively, she could have gotten away with it. She could have gotten away with it.
I will say though, Kunikina didn't pick up on it.
Well, I think Kunikita was more finding his ideal woman, if we do say so ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what? Fair. Sometimes people just come around and it's just like, I'm gonna ignore all the red flags and just say, hey, you're beautiful, you're pretty,
I think he definitely had like some sort of rose tinted view of her in a sense. So
Oh, absolutely. So question for you, since now we have Rainzawa here as well. For the president, what is his abilities?
It's a good question.
I can tell you the name because it was told in probably the first or second episode.
It was episode 2. It showed up with the his name card.
Exactly. So the name is All Men Are Equal. And that's all I'm gonna say.
What's the name of it?
All men are equal.
What is Dazai's ability?
No longer human. Oh, now I see. Oh, now I see why you're asking that.
It's President Rainzawa's ability. It's President Rainzawa's ability something to do. Well, number one, like something to do with like yeah, not AOE, but I guess support OE, support area of effect.
It's a good question.
It's a rhetorical question.
If a lot of their abilities are in association with like what they can go ahead and do, right? Like Dappa Poet, you're right in the thing, and it comes out, right? All like no longer human. You know what? Like everyone's technically human if you have a super ability to that, right? But for President Rainzawa here, I'm gonna keep calling it their official name from now on is President Rainzawa. I hope you know that. Is it more like, hey, everyone's on an equal playing field? Does it have something to do with why he's the president and CEO or whatever it may be, in terms of like helping others reach a status of either control or like being on a similar playing field?
I'm taking notes, by the way. If I'm not saying anything, it's because I'm taking notes.
Because all men are equal, right? All men are created equal. It's one of the like of infamous sayings, right? Of equality, so first and foremost, right? But at the same time, this is an aspect of individuals with superpowers. So, i.e., there would be a power imbalance unless this is a boosting or support aspect of things where everyone's on an equal playing field and everyone's able to use their abilities or capabilities in the same environment. And if that's the case, does disability in any way, shape, or form help Atsushi out? Especially since he doesn't really have control over the tiger. It's President.
Yeah. So, well, what were you saying?
So what I was saying is like, if all men are created equal, right? And this is me using my, and we're thinking about this as a support area of effect, right? An SAE or whatever we want to go and call it. I don't know what it's officially called. Area of effect. Does disability bring up everyone to a similar playing field? All ability users, because we know that every ability user has a different capability or inability to go ahead and do so. And would this help out Atsushi in being able to master his ability if this is a supported area of effect?
Well, if you think about it that way, it might be. It's definitely possible.
But he has a sword, though, right?
Yeah.
So then it might actually just be an attack ability, and I'm overthinking this. Sorry. I have to go look at the Rainzawa picture. Hold on.
That picture is so unserious. Oh my god.
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
I did it like at 3 a.m. probably.
Oh, press the wrong button. There we go. Okay, he has a sword. Okay, so it's I'm probably in the wrong here. Hold on. Sorry. Yeah, thank you. So cool, yo. Anyway, sorry. All right. I asked enough of a question there. Vince, you have any other questions? Any other moments that you liked about today's episode?
I don't think I have any more questions specifically, but I will say I'm really happy that we finally got to the Kunikita episodes because I really like Kunikita. So
yeah, Kunikita's great. Absolutely.
Yes.
Anyway, Vince, I appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and put you back down. You're incredible. Thank you so much for coming on.
yeah, have a good day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Guys, I will say I am thinking about cosplaying Rampo for TwitchCon and probably going for the like Twitch what is it, like the partner party that they have, and probably going like the first day as it. So if you're gonna be in San Diego around that time, and you guys want to come through and do a Bungo Stray Dogs cosplay, you know, as a group, that would be amazing. I'm totally down. I'm totally down. You don't even have to be a part of
Absolutely.
Twitch. You know, we could just straight up meet up at the beach or somewhere as a Bungo Stray Dog family, which is gonna be great.
If I ever make it to San Diego, like, oh, I'm definitely cosplaying someone from Bungo Stray Dogs.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Are you good time
If
wise?
I'm,
Go
I
ahead.
don't know. I have no idea of how I'm going to be there, if I'm going to be there, but if there's a chance, I'm definitely bringing a cosplay.
Please. Would you ever cosplay Rambo, but in Germany for no reason? Actually, I'm thinking depends on like you know if people want it or how much popularity or you know how much I'm making off of you know anything and everything. I'm thinking about maybe doing TwitchCon EU next year, trying to at least, depending on if I get a good job or something. So I might be in the Netherlands next year or something. Depends. Anyway, all right.
Okay. I'm taking notes on also on that.
Oh gosh. Okay, let's go ahead and bring up one more person here. We're bringing people up as we see. Maria. Hi.
Wait, dude, I
Hi.
need a bite. Hold on.
Wait.
You caught me in the lunch.
Oh, but you raised your hand. That's
Yeah,
why.
I literally had. Yeah, I know. I just didn't expect to be like cast down. Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's cool. Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
Hi. Perfect. We just. I just came home. We came from a long exam. 3 hours. It sucked, but we're fine now.
3 hours. Oh gosh.
I'm happy. Yeah. College sucks, man. Anyway, I'm probably gonna see your reaction in the pod. Again, I came very late. But I do want to ask you something.
Okay.
And that is, okay, we're in the Kunikita episodes, right? Like, did I count correctly?
Yes, we just finished the Kunikita episode.
Okay, perfect. But now that we have seen, and you have like seen more of the different facets of the characters, especially Kunikita, and like how he relates or how he interacts with other members.
Mhm.
I want to hear for you, like how the other characters interact with Kunikita, especially Fukusawa. That do you think, or where do you would put in the more like from black to white spectrum? Where would you put Fukusawa on the? Do you think that Fukusawa is a good man? Question mark. I'm sorry if I'm sound very nervous.
Are you talking about President Rainzawa?
Yeah.
Yes, Rainzawa, right? Sorry,
Not
Rainzawa.
me, by now.
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, we're just discussing probably the president's ability if it's a supported area of effect. I think there's a lot of gray. I think there's a lot of gray in this show, and this is sort of what it's holding, like, you know, showcasing. So I don't know if it's necessarily a good or a bad thing. What I'm more concerned about, more so than the president, is the Zai. And I hate to revert it back to him. I'm more like I had an
not the favoritism child.
No, I had an anxious nightmare about the Zai the other night. Literally, like
Oh,
yesterday
really?
night. Yeah. Because at times what I like to do is I do this thing called the mind palace, right? And it's taught to us in deep psychology, where essentially what you can do is you can create your own headspace, right? Like my headspace is a giant library, right? Where I can I can keep all the information of like characters, individuals stored. I can pull out a book from it, and it has like all the characters' life, what's happening in there, you know, so on and so forth. You know, events, little aspects. So, for example, I can remember little events and things that people tell me. It's really good for like therapy and stuff like that. But at times, inside of this mind palace, if you can imagine a character being there, you can have full-on conversations based out of the information that you have, right? It's a really good way of like digging in deeper and thinking more critically, right? So what came through, one of the questions that I had was like, what is Desai's past specifically to do with the Port Mafia? Why is he out of the Port Mafia? And then more so with that, how does the Port Mafia connect with orphans? And does Desai have anything to do with that?
Damn. You know, I was joking that Fukusawa is the CEO of Orphans, but maybe it's a Port Mafia who's actually the CEO of Orphans. Now that I think about it, maybe you're onto something.
Well, I don't know, you know, and it's making me wonder, like, how bad is this getting into, you know, like, because the more of a deeper analysis that like I was doing, and by the way, the nightmare got more and more anxiety inducing, just because you know how the character can flip from joking to non-joking or whatnot, like
Yeah.
yeah,
He's
well,
very silly.
it became one of those things where in my, I guess, headcanon, if we're gonna call it that way, right? As I was doing a deeper analysis and asking these questions to them, it's like, imagine an empty chair and imagine that the character's there and you're asking these questions. How would they respond, right? As I was asking these questions and I kept calling out the misdirections or whatnot, he started becoming very I don't know how to put it, like serious, and that serious Desai is a very scary Desai, right? And so the questions started coming through with, like, you know, how many atrocities, like, you know, how did you feel about whatever's happening there? How many atrocities must have you committed before you came through and you decided like it was time for you to go ahead and give up, right? What does that look like? And it turned into more of a them trying to outskirt the questions and not try to answer them, because therapy is no bueno, right? And trying to go ahead and make it about like trying to find a hot girl out there or something like that, and then turning very serious very sudden. But anyway, it kept going back and forth, and then it came about with like, okay, so then what's your connection, and like at what point in time, because the first episode starts off with them finding again an orphan that's clearly been experimented on, and it makes me wonder if that's an overall theme that is playing into maybe the Zeiss past, because nothing is for no reason. And so that's where that question comes in, is like, how much of an orphan, or do orphanages or this aspect play into maybe some sort of guilt or aspect in the Zeiss past that connects to the overall arching story? I don't know, but that's where my question.
We cannot answer you, we cannot deny or affirm, but I do want. Okay, I don't know if Mats may disagree or agree with me on this one. So obviously, like the characters are based on authors, right? Obviously, I do think. Have you read the novel No Longer Human?
No, I haven't read any of them. I was like, none of the books
It's
are
okay. It's okay. It's okay. It doesn't have spoilers. It's how do I put it? The novels, they're not the characters, first of all, so you will not get spoiled or like get hint at anything from the story of Bungo Stray Dogs. But I do think like you could maybe benefit on reading it if you want to like maybe get like a better grip on the how to say this, not psyche, just the way of thinking of Dasai, because I think that's the only parallel that the author and the character do have. The other stuff is just like make up for it story. But I do think like you could evaluate the thinking patterns and like his mentality of like, okay, what are the convictions or what are the conclusions that the character from the book, and
so
and like you can compare it with the Dasai of the anime.
That's sort of what I'm trying to stay away from, though. I'm trying to wait until the end of the anime before I pick up any like book or anything like that, or even the light novel itself, because otherwise it's gonna like shape my perspective of the characters so far as they're being introduced. You know?
Oh, yeah, it's valid. It's just like the way that It's okay. It's okay. Sorry.
No, you're a-okay. Don't worry about it. But like, in my perspective, it's like, okay, if I read the book, how much of the book's influence is going to change how I'm currently seeing design? That's sort of what scares me, is like manga or light novels spoilers, or like even going into the books, because I'm really interested about like whatever the Rampo Edogawa book is. I'm really interested into diving into that one too. But I'm gonna have to wait until like the end. Like once we're done with the movie and the seasons and whatnot, to be able to like do a deep dive and be like, okay, how is this like?
You know what? That makes that it's such a cute. Oh, sorry. I'm very trembling today. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. No worries.
Um, I think that's a perfect way for me and like the other chatters just to genuinely like it's. I want sincere reaction for the season review and for like the whole movies and like your reaction to the books. It's just a perfect way to keep the hype up. So it's fine. I understand why. And the other thing, this is more of a joke. Um, but if you had to put one of the characters, or if you had to talk with one of the characters, not that side, because apparently you can just do that in your mind, which is so cool, by the way.
Well, this is
Like,
what
why does my school doesn't teach us things like that? That sounds dope.
I actually learned this in the Netherlands. It was a really cool teaching opportunity. Love my professor. 10 out of 10 for that. I don't think they teach it in the United States how to go ahead and manage a lot of this. Oftentimes, what I've noted from a lot of like therapists and stuff in Latam or here in the United States is they only teach you what's in the books and not really like going out and applying it and understanding how to use your mind towards the best of your ability when you're thinking about things, you know? But no, it's not just Dazai. It's like any of the characters, even Rampo, for example. That was a like, or you know, President Rainzawa, if need be. You know, it's a really cool opportunity to expand your mindset and be able to empathize with others.
Yo, you gotta teach me how to do that. I'm suffering from writer's block. Like that sounds like the perfect solution to my writer's block. You gotta teach that. Drop the tutorial, please.
Drop a tutorial, YouTube tutorial, but with like early 2000s meme humor for YouTube. Perfect. Got
Yes,
it.
please do that.
Awesome.
And lo que no de fondo.
See. All right, Maria. Well, I'm gonna go to put you down.
I'm gonna stop. Yeah.
You're incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. Be safe.
Bye.
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 Oh,
Okay.
Go ahead.
I gotta say a few things. Like, first of all, No Longer Human is one of my favorite books ever. But I recommend you reading it after you finish watching the anime.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like it's awesome, and I also read it to try to understand Dazai's character a bit more. And it actually helped me. But at the same time, yeah, I do recommend reading it after you finish the analysis. But there are so many things I would love to say about these two, like the last two episodes, episode 6 and this one. Because in the novel, like, I'm not going to say anything, of course, but I took like 6 pages of notes, only of quotes. And I still have to finish properly taking all the notes of that novel, even if it was like 160 pages long, so very, very short. But there are so many things, and the dynamic between Dazai and Kunikida it's very, very well written there.
Right.
So if you want to check it out, maybe in the future, I really recommend it also. But for now, I think that the anime did a pretty good job. Not with this one specifically, but with the others and other content as well from the manga. So anime watchers can also enjoy the story and everything. And so absolutely, don't worry about it.
So you're sounding like me with Metal Gear. Like, I legit had, I don't know how many binders and folders and notebooks of like notes and theories and like everything I did for the video game series there. That honestly, it's because of that game series that made me like actually pretty decent at like analyzing and understanding media. It sounds insane, I know, but it's like I took that task on since early middle school, high school, whatnot. And I came out on the other side like really good at media literacy, I think.
Oh, it's not weird. Like I did the same thing for Bungo Stray Dogs. I started in high school, and look at me now.
Right? Like, oh. Anyway, hold on. I'm gonna bring Nikolai on stage. I'm gonna quickly run to the restroom.
Yes.
So I'll if you can entertain them for a little bit. Hi, Nikolai. Hi. How are you doing? I miss you.
Hi.
Good.
I'm glad you're doing good. By the way, your mic was cutting out a little bit.
Oh, is it good now?
There it is.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi. Did you like today's stream?
Yeah, I was like losing my mind the entire time.
Oh no! Wait, why?
No, because you kept predicting stuff, and then I was just losing my mind because I'm like, how?
I thought I did a good job explaining it. Oh no. Okay, do I question for you? Actual serious question. Do I need to slow down a little bit with my thought processes? Because sometimes I get so in the flow that I lose track of ads, lose track of everything. I'm just in it, you know?
No, it's good, but there was one moment in the very beginning where the stream broke, so I was very confused on what you were talking about when it came back.
Yes.
Oh no.
Okay. There was another thing that I found really funny. In the beginning of the stream, you had made a joke and said that Rompo was going to just end up calling them and tell them where the exact location of the bomb was, and then that actually ended up happening.
That moment. Or when you speculated the port, oh, we were dying in the chat. We were like, no way.
I mean, it's yeah. Just thinking about possibilities is fun if you start narrowing down their aspects. Question for you though, for both of you, Nikolai and Rain.
Okay.
Here it is. You ready? I know you guys didn't even get to ask me a question. Nikolai didn't even get to ask me a question. I'm jumping in. Are there other mafias out there, like the European mafia or the American mafia, and do they have the authors' names? Like, I don't know, F. Scott Fitzgerald or Mark Twain, or, I'm throwing out American authors and other authors out there. Because right now, as I noted, I feel like we're in such a microscope of things that I feel like, there's bigger fish at play, Sorry, you guys went mute. I'll let you guys talk real quick. I'm going to run to the restroom. Give me 1 minute. I'll let you guys go. Sorry.
It's okay.
I run. I'm away.
Oh my god. Okay, so obviously it's possible, right, Nikolai?
I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, it's a possibility. Like, if there are Japanese authors, why not having other authors as well? So
yeah, yeah.
It's definitely a perfectly logical question.
Yeah.
The telepathy is going on. Because
I don't even know what to say.
I know. I
don't even know how to respond.
I know what you're thinking, and I know what other people are thinking too. But yeah, I 100% feel that.
Yeah, I'm just I don't want to say anything, and then I'm just screaming on the inside.
Yeah, it's very difficult, I know. Thoughts, there are no thoughts. We're not thinking anything. Yeah, that's true. What is analysis? Mind empty. Yeah, absolutely. because we don't know anything until it's said officially. Illiterate house cats, exactly.
House cat.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
we talked about it before in the call.
What happened?
We were a few hours earlier. We talked about a thing that happened in the probably third episode in your analysis, because I read a comment when we were talking about why people don't even read the title, and instead of saying Bungo Stray Dogs, someone typed in illiterate house cats. and that comment was like stuck in my mind. It's like one of the best thing I've ever heard.
Illiterate.
because Bungo means literary master.
Oh
in
God.
Japanese. So illiterate house cats, it's just peak.
So I guess back to the question at hand. What do you guys think though? Like, is that do you guys think that would ever be a possibility?
It's definitely possible,
Uh-huh.
because I mean, it's we have Japanese authors, so why not have other nationalities authors? It's absolutely legitimate to think that.
But would
and also,
would we see them in the coming seasons, right? And then what? Like, oh, hold on. Would this play into the whole orphanage thing as well? Sorry, my mind's going wild. Yake. Anyway, Nikolai.
Well.
Nikolai just muted themselves. Oh no! Yeah, the many questions. Do you guys have any? Nikolai, do you have any questions for me before I keep going and keep digging in deep?
Yeah. I wanted to ask, like, if someone wanted to study to become a psychologist, do you have any advice?
Yes, do it, because know that there's not a lot of money in psychology, unfortunately. Like, yes, but it's about like the heart and the passion to help others. Especially if you do like nonprofit. There's not a lot of money in nonprofit. It's like if you do private practice, you can make a lot of money that way. But if you're in it to help others, like, make that your primary goal. And ultimately, there's a huge need for counseling psychologists and clinical psychologists. So either one is a great opportunity.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Anything else, Nikolai?
No.
Well, thank you so much. By the way, did you enjoy the Death Note Ed moment there, I guess?
Yes, I always like lose my mind whenever I hear the Death Note music, and like I just find it hilarious.
I live for those moments.
Oh no. As soon as I start yapping really fast,
I always like
Go ahead.
I always like text my friends and like be like, he pulled out the Death Note music again.
He pulled out 3 whiteboards, front, back, and the other.
Yeah, I said that to one of my friends as well.
Every time there's like a surprise, like an upgrade at this point. When you disappeared for a few minutes, we were like, okay, he definitely has to go out and buy another whiteboard.
I was very confused because he disappeared when I was in an ad, and then when I got back, he kind of like jump scared us.
Oh no!
Wait, did the jump scare did it scare some of you guys? What?
It scared me.
Well, now you guys know what a true bomber would do, not just.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, the bomber was polite. I know.
Yeah, this specific bomber was polite, but usually
Yeah, usually.
they're not.
Because the way I would see it is like if somebody really wanted to go out and do something, it's like they would just go to a train aspect, go crazy in there, and ultimately, I don't know. Like I always envision like if you put like a good fight scene or a good like tense scene, is put it on a train. Because it's like, what do? You're in a confined space. You're limited in mobility, and the only thing that you can really do is like jump out, right? That's like the only way out for freedom. But you're moving at a fast pace, so how do you even handle anything like that? Sorry, that's just that's like I always think about trains like that. I'm like, oh, bye, Maria. I appreciate you.
Bye. Yeah, but little fun fact about bombs and stuff, because this remind me of something. At my university, not here in Japan, but the one in Italy, we actually had a bomb alarm going on once.
Oh no!
It was yeah. It's it's just funny to remember that and think about it, and this episode made me think about it as well.
Actually last year there was it was on my birthday. I went to school in a Bungo Stray Dogs cosplay because that was fun, and then there ended up being a bomb threat, so we had to evacuate. So I was walking down the street in a Bungo Stray Dogs cosplay, and it wasn't like a dress up day, so I was getting very weird looks.
Whoa!
That's absolutely canon, I think.
A canon event for your birthday.
It's just like, what are the chances that it's my birthday and I'm in a Bungo Stray Dogs cosplay and then that happens?
Yeah, that's just amazing. not the threat, but the whole situation.
Yeah, like alrighty.
Like I was just like I was walking with one of my friends who was also in a Bungo Stray Dogs cosplay because we were wearing matching cosplays. And
I think I know the characters you were cosplaying.
Yeah, I think it might be a little obvious, which really isn't great for that situation.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Like, I was like, this is a horrible situation. I just don't want to get any weird looks right now. I was definitely getting judged by everyone as I walked.
I can't. This is actually perfect timing.
I'm like, how bad is it? Like in taste and whatnot? Like, I'm thinking
You will
about.
see.
Oh gosh.
I'll bring this up again once the characters get introduced, but I'm not going to talk about them yet because they haven't been introduced.
What, like 4 seasons later?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Actually, yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's actually 4 seasons later.
You will get to it.
Eventually.
At this rate.
Anyway, all right, Nikolai, I'm gonna drop you back down. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Of course, bye.
Thank you, bye.
Oh man. Oh man. All right, hold on. Next one, Kimch. Only have a couple minutes left, so I'm gonna shorten it up. Kimch.
I'm gonna try to keep it short because you have not much time.
You're awesome,
he says,
though.
as he brings out another whiteboard.
I know, right?
I was like, yeah, oh yeah, like 20 minutes or something. Anyway, whiteboard.
Whiteboard.
Anyway. Fucking amazing. I love these 2 episodes. Kunikida has now been for like a decade been one of my favorite characters in this show. And because of that, there's also like one little thing that I wanted to bring up, which I kind of lost my mind over yesterday with a couple of other people in the spoiler channel. It's not a spoiler. Just fun thoughts. Which is that Kunikida. I think people already pointed it out last episode that Kunikida, his age, right? You remember how old he is?
Isn't he like 22?
Right. For some reason, in my 10 years of loving this character, I never once questioned how this man became a teacher. At his age. In what capacity he was a teacher, when he became a teacher, how he was a teacher. And that led me down a whole like rabbit hole. And along with I think in the channel we did reach like some kind of conclusion that I will not elaborate on, but I thought it was, fun to bring up, fun food for thought, because how does that work? Like, did they just put him in like a 3-month crash course and go, okay, good luck?
Oh, here comes the further question is, did he start taking college/university classes at an early age in order to qualify to be a teacher?
Yeah, I mean, he is very intelligent. I feel like Kunihira for some reason always gave me like homeschooled vibes somehow.
Yeah.
Like homeschooled, early graduation, something along those lines.
Well, and even more so, it's like, okay, yeah, I had a teacher that was like 23, 18, 19. Yeah, it just depends, because every country has a different set of rules for who can and can't be a teacher. I mean, I've seen a teacher also be like 18. Like, they literally just graduated and they did...
Damn.
And they also got their like teaching certificate at the same time. Like, they graduated high school and they were like teaching middle schoolers. And I'm like, what? I was like, how does that work? So that's... I'm like, you're still a kid yourself. But yeah. So that's why I'm like,
like over here, usually the youngest teachers I've seen are like mid to late 20s.
Right. Question for you though, Kimch.
Oh.
In your opinion, if there could be another group that comes in, what continent do you think that they would be from?
I don't know. What do you think? I mean, you've already said what you think.
Kimch.
I don't know.
Okay, Kimch.
I will not. I won't give you anything. I know how this works.
Fine. Follow up, Kimch.
You've played this game before.
Follow up, Kimch. You ready for this?
Okay.
What about for the other kids in the orphanages that might be getting tested? Do you think at some capacity or some point in time they might be used against the agency or team up against everyone?
Interesting thought. That's a very interesting idea that I will neither confirm nor deny anything on.
Kimch, you've been trained too well.
You're not gonna get me, buddy.
I love you all. I love you all.
Lena is currently holding a toy gun, just in case, to my head.
Okay, Kimch. What'd you think about Kunihira this episode?
I love this man. I love him. I love this episode. From a more, very biased perspective, Kunihira and Dazai are my favorite ship of the show, so heavy bias there as well.
Heavy bias.
I'm always a sucker for the contrast, the opposites attract kind of dynamics and tropes. So this was a very interesting, very nice episode, and I am always going to advocate for more, no matter how much we get. I'm always going to advocate for more Kunihira thoughts and content and things.
I love Kunihira. Like, I really do. I think that he's such a very all of them are interesting characters. I want to know more about the I forget her name, girl doctor.
Yosano.
Oh, Yosano.
Yes. I want to know more about
I like her a lot.
Yes. And of course, I want to know more about everyone, but I feel like we barely even scratched the surface with Yosano. We haven't even gone deep. It's like
we are only 7 episodes in.
Well, I want to know about her abilities. Like, how do they activate? How is she able to heal people? What does that look like? Like, is it circumstantial, or is it more like, hey, you know what? Like, she has to put you at a certain state or a certain capability for certain abilities to activate to be able to heal or do something.
Interesting.
Things,
like if there's certain conditions or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I think
interesting.
You will find out just if you keep watching.
Yeah, I do have one.
Yes,
I do have one little fun question. Unrelated, random fun question. Since these 2 episodes were more focused on Kunihira and Dazai, do you think either of them, both of them, or either of them listen to music? And if yes, what genres do you think they would be into?
Ooh.
Why do I feel like God, That's a hard one. I don't know. There's a lot of genres out there. I feel like I feel like Kunikita would be one of those that's like into jazz and like classical music and like that sort of stuff, right? Meanwhile, Dazai I feel is more into like the new age girly pop.
Dazai just like with like playing Golden in his headphones.
Yeah, or like just meme music is the best way that I can think about for Dazai. Like, how many of you have heard the Horse Girl song? No,
you're gonna have to be a little more specific, I think.
There's like a popular meme song currently about like a horse girl. Like horse girls are better. I forgot the name of it, but yes, it is.
I don't think I have, but he probably would.
Yeah. Just either that or songs about ending your life, one or the other.
Absolutely.
You know what? That's very fair. I never connected Kunikita and jazz. That's very interesting. I really like that idea.
It's controlled chaos. That's what jazz is, which is I think.
True.
I think for them it might be a good sense of stress relief if he needs it. Jazz is great. Yeah.
Very true. Very true. All right, that's all I got.
All right, thank you, Kimch. Appreciate ya.
Thank you.
Ellie, have a lovely rest of your day, night, time zone.
Time zone.
Thank you.
Bye. I appreciate you so much.
Bye.
Oh, they're so lovely. They're so lovely.
Yes. Yeah, just so you know, Ed, we've been trained. We will not tell you anything.
Who trained
not even
you
under
guys?
torture.
Wait, Rain, was this you?
No, we trained ourselves. We know how to act in this situation because we don't want to spoil you and to like say accidentally things. So I know that everyone is very well behaved and we will not tell you anything, not even under torture.
Not even under torture.
At least for me. I can handle that. Trust me. You can ask everything you want. I'm not gonna tell you anything.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna bring up
challenge accepted.
I'm gonna bring up Van. I'm gonna bring up two people at a time because I am running out of time here. So I'm gonna bring up Van and Annie. Hi, Van.
Hello.
Hi, Annie.
Hi. Bye.
Well, come on in. Did you guys have fun this episode?
Yeah.
Well, that's great. I have a question for both of you, for all three of you. The same time. Actually, why don't we do the opposite? Do you guys have any questions about tonight or anything that really stood out that you guys enjoyed?
I have one. Oh, you can go first. What do you think of Kunikita's relationship now?
Oh, I feel like it's going to be strained going forward, and I feel like this is only a progression that if they don't fix it, it's going to lead to one of them leaving the agency at some point in time and probably coming back, but it's going to strain the relationship, I hope
that's possible.
I like that's possible, I guess. Well, this PR training, what is this? Do you have any other questions?
Yeah. That was really the only thing I can think about.
Oh, no worries.
I have one question from someone else. I'm gonna ask for their behalf because they cannot join today. Basically, have you found that if special ability users can be understood as a reflection of people with physical or mental disabilities?
I mean, yes, but at the same time, you have to remember this, right? Oftentimes, individuals with, for example, autism for the longest time, it was always people shitting on people that were on the spectrum, right? Like, let's be honest, individuals with disabilities, all my neurospicy friends out there, for a long, long time, people were always judging, people were always, I don't know how else to put it, like discriminating against individuals with mental health disabilities. But being realistic, like, hate to put it this way. Yeah, there was a lot of ableism. A lot of my neurospicy friends that are out there, y'all have a superpower. Y'all have many superpowers. That like, you know, whether it's in language, circumscribed interest, whatnot, that a lot of individuals don't have. Which is absolutely amazing. Like a lot of individuals like struggle with it, right? Struggle with, like, if I were to put I'm drawing on the whiteboard, by the way. Standard deviation. Like I put a little 2 signs in there. A lot of people stay within this range, but my neurospicy friends have a wider range of abilities to play with, right? And at times, does that come with like difficulty socializing or difficulties with certain things? Yes, but does that come through with maybe the ability to write like 300 pages of a anime that you're watching and doing a novel about it and all your characters and hyperfixating on them and understanding their motivations and, you know, reading the books associated with your favorite anime and stuff like that? Yeah, right? It gives you so much more ability to empathize with others and ability to do certain things. It's like maxing out character strat. So can we look at some of these abilities as aspects like that? Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
That was a long way to get to that answer. Yes.
No, but thank you. It was very, like, I guess insightful is the way to put it. Yeah, like I liked it. Thank you. Thank you.
So now I get to ask a question to all of you. Yes.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Buckle up.
No. This is a silly question. It has like I don't think it has anything to do with the show. Okay. Considering that like everything in this Rain, why did that sound so sarcastic? Rain. Okay.
Sorry.
Considering that everything in this show has to do with, like, you know, I guess the supernatural or superpowers and stuff like that. What do you guys think are some of the urban legends in this show? Like La Llorona or El Chupacabra? Like, what do you guys think exists or, like, you know, they believe in?
Well, it would be cool if Atsushi was overlay in the future.
Yeah, parents tell their oh my god, they're misbehaving children that if they don't go to sleep at night, then the white tiger will eat them.
That's a good urban legend. But what about, like, I don't know, like zombies or vampires or what's some of the other ones? Ghouls.
I mean, it's possible.
Oh, I would love to see like yokais. Like that would be really, really interesting, for example, because they are like, especially Japanese urban legends, because they spread through voices and words, so that could be also a possibility.
Onis, yeah. Goblins. I don't know. For me, it's like I would love to see like, you know, some of these urban legends start popping up in some capacity, because it's like they have superpowers, right? In some capacity, and of course the white tiger and all of these things, tanuki, you name it, right? That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean the tiger itself is in a way a Japanese legend, which is based on a Chinese myth. So it's also an interesting thought. And like the moon and the tiger are very, very rooted into the Japanese culture.
I'm gonna keep that in mind. I'm gonna be on the lookout for it in the anime and see if there's anything that points towards like subcultural or sociological elements of, like, do they believe in like paranormal or like different statuses like that. And also, if these things were to exist, how do you fight them? Because you're no longer human.
Yeah, technically, well, we know for a
I see
fact
what you did
that
there.
yeah, we know for a fact that Kunikida is afraid of ghosts.
Yeah.
So was his fear like legit because ghosts exist, or was it just a phobia, just an irrational fear?
Well, think you're hitting the question there. Ooh, you're getting my mind working here, Rain. You're getting my mind working. Wait a minute. Anyways, all right. Do you guys have any other questions before I drop you guys back down?
Oh yeah, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
What do you think the general public's view of ability users is?
Probably it comes and goes in waves. It's like if you had a superpower, you know, at first people might be amazed and whatnot, but then people might fear you, and so the government may like if you're not under strict control of the government, you're a threat. And even then, society might not necessarily like you fully. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least that's the way I would interpret it. If it's like grounded in a form of like realism, it's like unless you're fully under, which I guess the agency kind of is if you think about it, right? Like technically they work with the police, right?
Well, technically they handle cases that the military force can't handle.
Right.
So,
but it's not like they
you
can
could say it's a collaboration.
That was a juicy steak right there, Rain. Thank you. I'm thinking about it.
Don't worry.
Alrighty, guys, I'm gonna drop you back down. I'm gonna be thinking about this one for a while, Annie. I appreciate it. Van, thank you so much as well. Y'all are amazing.
Have a good day.
By the way,
bye.
It wasn't me that asked that question. It was Vince. I just asked it for them.
Oh, nice, awesome. Well, good. Where are you guys getting these questions from? Are you guys in the
spoiler thread?
No wonder. I'm like, how are you guys coming up with these questions? Y'all are great. Alrighty, have a good one. Thank you so much.
Bye.
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 Oh my goodness, we're cooking things up. Yeah, I'm over here thinking, you know what? I kind of wish if I had an actual superpower, I kind of wish it'd be like the ability to like bring you into my mind palace type thing. And that way, like, I don't know, like you can't escape unless I allow you to type of thing. So that way you I don't know, like it's like a full control type thing. It's like, let me break your psyche. That'd be kind of cool.
Try me.
Bet. Let me get Evil Ed out. Oh,
I've been through a lot of worse things, so
all I need is a white
I can handle that.
All I need is a white room and like a song on repeat. That's all I need for 7 days.
Well, that's straight up torture. But
that's the point. It'll psychologically break you.
I already have ADHD, so I can change the music in my mind.
Well, make it so loud that like you can't. Ooh, scary Ed. Yeah, actually, it is a psychological torture technique that's often used by certain agencies that shall not be named because I don't want to get them flagging. You know.
Yeah, I know.
But no, I either that or I just make it like a super lumpy, like playground where all like no abilities can be used. We're just in there. We're vibing. It is what it is. Alrighty, let's bring someone else up. 11 Dead Poets and Sleepy. I'm almost out of time though, so I have like 10 more minutes. Hiya.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. Hi Sleepy, how you doing? Hi 11 Dead Poets.
Hello.
Sorry, I missed the stream. I was busy studying for physics, but I have a really important question that I really wanted to ask about this episode in general. This is my favorite activity. But do you see any parallels or similarities between some of the characters in this episode?
Do I see any similarities or parallels between some of the characters in this episode?
Yes. Drawing parallels between characters that have nothing to do with each other is my favorite activity. So I'm forcing you into the activity.
Oh God. Forcing me into the activity. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. So give me a bit to think about it, and I'll probably piece it all together. I was about to say my brain's starting to shut down because I can only be on like active duty mode for like an hour at a time before I need food. If I activate my superpower ability for too long, I start getting nosebleeds. In case y'all didn't know that.
You have to be full of food to activate your brain power, or else you'll get super hungry and you won't be able to think.
Yeah, essentially, yeah, exactly. You said 7 hours, Ed.
Makes a
Yeah,
lot of sense.
but you have to remember, I've been doing stuff before this that I've had to be super smart at for a bit. But anyway, no, I'll probably process it together and I'll get back to you on that. That's really interesting because I know there's a couple parallels, a couple things I've been thinking about as well as to how they don't fit. But I'll get back to you on that one, Sleepy. Any other question?
Yes, I would like to ask a question. We are now 5 episodes away from the end of the first season. And have you given any thought to what comes next? I mean, I don't mean it in the terms of the plot, but rather in the terms of the anime content available to watch. Because there are also an OVA and a movie. I don't know it exactly if you heard about it.
Yes, so President Rainzawa here is kind of keeping me in check. Is the best way for me to put it. And it just depends, right? Like if there's a huge want from the community for me to continue on and do season 2, then we'll jump into season 2. Because from my understanding, and Rain, you can correct me if I'm wrong, it's season 1, season 2, movie, OVA, season 3, season 4, season 5, right?
Yes.
Perfectly. Yes, I agree totally.
Okay, we got it done.
Can I ask another question? Just a short one.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not exactly a question, but you mentioned other mafias. Perhaps you shouldn't assume that it's exclusively about mafias. I mean, there are other ways to designate a group of gifted individuals. I dare you to think bigger.
Well, when I mean mafia or gangsters in general, I meant more like individuals that are not necessarily defined by standard government, police structure type way, That's the best way for me to put it without going into asking questions that are going to get the mods mad at me.
Okay. So, and I also want to thank you that you are doing this for us. I mean, you're amazing, and I love the comments from Rain. She's also wonderful. She's a wonderful help for you, and
Oh my God,
I
thank you.
appreciate all you're doing for us.
No, thank you, and thank you to the Bungo community because all of you have been absolutely amazing at like jumping in and being like, "Oh, more food for Bungo," and like, let's jump in and have a conversation. So I appreciate that.
Okay. So that's from my side everything I want to say.
Well, thank you so much, 11 Dead Poets. I love your username, by the way. Like that is such a cool name to come into.
Yeah, I love books. Since I was a small child, I'm always reading books and mostly 3 or 4 books at the same time. And I have 11 authors which I admire till my last breath, and that's why I came to this name.
That's awesome. Well, welcome to the family. Yeah, welcome to the family. I know that Rain's probably going to say the same thing, but we absolutely adore and adore everyone here. So welcome to the family.
Thank you.
Yes.
Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm gonna put y'all back down if y'all don't have any other questions. Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Wow. Awesome people. Alrighty, guys. Unfortunately, I am running out of time here because I do gotta dip. But before I go, I guess before I go, hold on. I got a text from my brother. Of course, he's like, "Give me a call. Give me a call." I don't want to deal with him today. Anyway, Rain, what'd you think? How are you feeling about everyone? I think everyone did a really good job.
Oh, absolutely. I absolutely love everyone, the community that is forming, the interactions, the way that everyone knows what to say and what not to say. That's absolutely incredible. Like you are all amazing, and of course, like, thank you for keep this up, for going and into analyzing everything. So that's also incredible. It's making my days and my weeks going on easier, like in an easier way. And yeah, I also had a question, but it's more like a logistic type of question.
Okay, but I also have a question for you as well.
Okay.
You go first.
So, okay, it's just a thought because about the movie, because it's an hour and a half long. So I was just wondering, how will you approach it? Like, will you split it into two, into 4 parts? Because it's basically 4.5 episodes worth of content.
God,
if you put it that way.
The way I will probably do it, and just to keep everyone like fresh, I guess, is we'll watch the movie in its entirety. It's not going to go up on YouTube on 4 parts. It's going to go up as one giant part. Like just one giant analysis, the best way to put it. But for us here on Twitch, it might be like 3 or 4 or however many different parts. It depends. Like, number one, and you guys have to be straight up with me on this, okay? If my energy starts dipping low, right, and you guys can see that I'm tired, like, let me know, like, raise a flag, and that way we can go ahead and stop it there. Because I'd much rather have energy and like be able to like break it down to its best, right, than like zoom through it just because I'm tired, and I unknowingly just get through it, and I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. But if my energy starts dipping down low, just be like, hey, flag raised, right? And that way we can put a stop to it there and be like, we'll come back the next day to it, and that way it's like better for us to take our time and like analyzing it.
Okay, notes taken. Perfect. I just wanted to know that.
Okay, I hope that makes sense. I think that'd be nice, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, if you're on board for it, then yeah, I'm totally on board. Okay, so my question for you. Okay, you're ready for this, Rain?
Yes.
Okay, so I guess the question is this the, I guess, what you would consider like the Bungo Stray Dogs Guild here?
Mm-hmm.
So are you like, we need a president and a vice president of this guild here, and I guess we have President Rainzawa. I'm throwing her hat into the ring here, and select a vice representative just in case you can't be here. Okay, that's the best way for me to throw it out there, is because that way, like, if you're not here, if something happens, we're able to bring them up and they're able to keep things in flow. Because I really like having someone that's very knowledgeable and is able to move things around.
Oh, very nice question.
Wait, where'd you think I was going with it? It sounded like you were very tense for a minute there.
Oh, I just thought you were about to pull some tricks on me and get me into saying something, so I just prepared in case. Just in case.
But yes, I'll let you guys decide that on your own, and then I'll take your official answer, Rain, whenever you have it, okay?
Okay, I'll think about it, and maybe we can think about it also in the voice chat maybe later.
Yeah, you guys can have a full-on election if need be, or do whatever you need to do.
I already have a few ideas in mind, but also I want to take time to think about it, because it's actually a very nice question, because I don't know, like, I would love to be here always, but there are times where maybe I'm not available, and yeah.
No, and that's exactly it. It's like, if one of those days you're not available, like, if they're here, they're able to step up. And also, if they're not here, who's their backup,
Okay, so we need a vice and a second in command.
Yes, a vice.
Okay.
There you go. Alrighty, well, with that being said, everyone, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. Thank you a ton. I hope you all had fun and enjoyed the stream. Have a good night. Be safe. You guys can start up your general voice chat and jump into it, or do whatever you need to do. Bye-bye. Be safe.
Bye.
I'll be
Have a
back.
nice day, night.
Yeah, I'll be back for Expedition 33 later if you guys want just a chill time game to come by and chat, talk about mental health. Anyway, bye everyone. Have a good night.
Bye.
All right, there it goes. Everyone here, thank you all so much. YouTube, appreciate you a ton. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, that whole ordeal. Share this video around. Share the first video around if you can towards Tumblr, Reddit. Hype it up. Do everything that you can. I'd appreciate it. Y'all are the best. Have a good night. Bye-bye.